What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Tiege Hanley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Tiege Hanley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on? Is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with us. Kim will be in a little bit later. We rocking, we chilling. We got Carrie, Q Diddy, Molly, Slimmy, and my dog 2K. 2K has been on a historic run from a content creation perspective. Molly looks gorgeous as usual with clavicles. Carrie is always beautiful. Q Diddy was lit at the meetup. And Slimmy was always doing what Slimmy do, being the most.
That nigga Slimmy was at work, nigga.
You taking pictures?
Hell yeah, that nigga was working.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it was a good time, and everybody has been on a great space. What's going on, y'all? How do y'all feel?
Feeling good, man. I feel like clavicles is part of the uniform at this point. like somebody got to wear them, man. Shout out to Molly.
Yeah. Kim will be here for those of you that are asking in the chat. She'll be here a little bit later, but she will be pulling up. What else is happening, y'all? How do y'all feel?
Oh, I feel good. Like, so I'm a little pissed because I couldn't go to the meet and greet because I remember the first one. Like, Anton did the most legendary shit ever, dog. Like, this nigga walked in with this blue jean suit on, Gucci, and like,
oh no, you talking about the
Houston job.
The show.
Yeah.
No, you talking about the show.
No. We was in Houston for the meetup out there.
Okay.
And I'll never forget, like, this nigga late as hell, walk in, and nigga stood up on top of the table with these fat ass shoes on. And gave a speech. Like, that shit was so dope to me, bro. Like, I would never forget that, dog. Cause like, why is this nigga on top of the table?
He did that shit in Dallas. That nigga gave a Super Bowl speech in Dallas.
Hey, yeah, like this nigga coming this bitch, dog, charged everybody up. Shit, like it was lit though. So I'm mad I didn't get to see that. Cause
I will tell you that DC was way more lit.
Yeah,
it was wall to fucking wall. Line out the door. It was nice, man. It was dope. Everybody was beautiful. Everybody got good energy, and it was good energy. Listen, man, if y'all have not been to a meetup, for everybody in the chat, y'all gotta come to it at some point in your life. You gotta experience it for yourself. I know that y'all might be used to, people holding the wall and all of that stuff. That ain't this. It don't be none of that. It be all good energy. Everybody rubbing shoulders and everybody having a good time. So it's good. It's good.
I even seen Island Girl Q on some drunk shit. I was like, wait, what?
Q pulled up. She did. She had a ball. Q had a ball.
Yeah, she was on some drunk shit. Like, I was like, what the fuck wrong with her? Yeah. Like, she don't be acting like this at them gospel concerts. For sure. She was lit.
Oh my God. Y'all so crazy. Our streets was there looking beautiful as ever.
I'm definitely at the next one for sure.
She was finer than I anticipated.
Oh, you never met her in person?
Yeah, I met her
I
before.
was, goddamn, who is this tall drink of water?
When I met Streets, she was at the bar. A dude was trying to body her at the bar. So like, but she
Gassing her up.
Yeah, a nigga was definitely in his bag trying to get at her. She went on it.
Yeah.
She went on it.
Yeah. So we thank y'all. I do appreciate y'all. We thank y'all for coming through and saying what up. I kick it with everybody. So it's all love on my side. And I will be letting y'all know when the next dates is, when the next city is, and we're gonna be there, man. We're gonna be having a good time. So what else is going on before we get into the show, y'all? How you feel, Molly? How you feel, Carrie? How y'all feel?
Like we missed the event.
Well, there's always more. There's always more. I know that people got busy lives and stuff going on. So, you got to take care of business and be on top of things. So it's cool. There's always going to be another one. I promise y'all.
I have someone to apologize to.
Oh,
who you got to apologize to? Here we go.
Angel Reese.
Oh, she had been hooping a little bit.
She done ball her ass off.
She got a little run going on right now.
Nigga, she been hooping. Shit.
Yeah, we got new. Y'all getting the franchise. We getting the franchise.
Philly one more.
Yeah,
Philly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yeah, they just bringing the Rockets back.
We went.
Yeah, I had the shot.
Yeah, we went we had 3 championships when we had them.
That's crazy. Anton, you should do like a freak out
was
festival.
like 5 years. A what?
A freak out festival.
A freak off festival?
Yeah, I think it'll do numbers like.
2K trying to get me a case.
Nah, man, listen. You can be in the back.
On?
Hey, you do it for the chat now. Don't you just go to the back.
2K trying to give me a case.
I don't know why not. Because when they free Diddy, we definitely gotta have a freak out festival, like in honor, because we were one of the first people on the internet.
We're about to talk about that. Hold on. We're gonna talk about that right now.
Right.
I did get poked and prodded today. That sounds crazy. From the insurance company. So they come. Yeah, so when you put your insurance at a certain level, like when you have such a big payout, they have to come
pee in the cup.
Oh, you gotta pee, you gotta do
blood test,
you gotta do a bunch of they do it at wherever you at. So they'll come to your house or they'll come to your studio or whatever. And they do an EKG right then and there, bro. Yep. They lay you down, do the EKG, they do your blood pressure, they get your blood work, they get your they how you do a urine sample. They do shit way more extensive than if you was to go to the regular doctor, bro. They do your tests include they test you for they do a full fucking panel. Yeah. They want to know if you got HIV. They want to know if you smoke. They test for nicotine. They test for everything, bro.
Yeah, when I did my life insurance for my kids, they came to the crib and they did all that crazy ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nigga, I got shot. Nigga, I couldn't pee in the cup. I was like, nigga, I can't pee.
That's how I found out about the chlamydia. But after I got that shit,
what?
Yeah. Hey, at least I ain't had to go to the doctor this time for the bad dudes. They came to me. So after I got that fixed, I had to come back, do it all over, and like I was cool.
They bring everything. They bring a scale.
Everything.
They do everything, bro.
Everything, bro.
So it's cool though. You know, I don't care. I do all of that shit. But they do their research. They want to know who the fuck you are before they raise it past a certain level.
But that's like a little life hack. If you need a free HIV test, just call the insurance people. They definitely gonna come. They gonna give you the full panel, and they gonna let you know.
They do. They test for everything.
Everything. Yeah, I was proud of myself for getting like life insurance for my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stopped paying it though. It wasn't because I ain't had the money. It's like they had some the crazy payout days. Like put it on the 1st or on the 21st. Like it was like the 14th. Like who the fuck get paid on the 14th?
Oh my God. Well, speaking of getting a full panel, Diddy, jury has reached a verdict on 4 to 5 counts. Differing opinions. Former ex-prosecutors are saying that they think he's not going to get convicted of the most serious charges. Let me give you all a little bit of an update on what the news is reporting across the board. We're probably going to be getting a verdict at some point this week, maybe even tomorrow, but this is currently what's happening.
Hello, everyone. I'm Major Garrett in Washington. We are following breaking news out of New York City. The jury in the Sean Diddy Combs racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking trial has reached a verdict on 4 of the 5 counts. The jury very recently has told the court it is unable to come to a consensus on count 1, that being racketeering conspiracy. I want to bring in our Jurika Duncan, who has been following this case from CBS News from its inception. Jurika, as you well know, this is a...
Hold on, bro. She's so fucking fine.
Who's this?
That short hair. I don't know. That short hair is nice. I like this shit.
She's so fine.
Following this case from CBS.
Look at this chick. She looked up like a fucking goddess. Hold on. Let me rewind this one more time, bro.
Racketeering conspiracy. I want to bring in our Jurika Duncan, who has been following this case.
Look at this shit, bro.
Jurika Duncan.
She looked up like God. Well, look at me.
From CBS News.
Look at that shit.
From its inception, Jurika, as you well know.
Oh, she's so fine.
Now you don't want no problem, homeboy. That name Jurika. Her daddy named Jai, her mama named Rika. You don't want none of them
has been following this case.
Hold on, let me slow this shit down. The chat says slow.
Move the thing. I want to see how you spell her name. It ain't on there.
They don't say it right now, but hold on, let me get the playback speed real quick.
From CBS.
She trouble, nigga. That's
News.
Trouble. Look at her.
From its inception, Jurika, as you...
Yeah, I want her.
I wouldn't be surprised if she was driving the Altima with a name like Jurika.
Nah, she already there, bro. She there. I'm sorry, Carrie. I didn't mean to say that. I knew you had dropped
no.
off.
She's very pretty. I knew you were gonna stop it though. I just knew.
How did you know that I was gonna stop it?
I just know you now. Like I knew you were gonna stop
it. Now. Hey man, I don't know. She's like
really pretty.
She looks like she might be ran through.
Oh,
what the fuck?
Hell no.
And she don't have a whole bunch of makeup on. It's very just simple. Very simple.
Did you just say she looked like
she doesn't have a whole bunch?
How you know?
Well, if she has a whole bunch, she got a natural look. Like whoever did her makeup did a really good job.
Black as hell, nigga. Her whole damn tone is a different color.
Right, she didn't get that job for no reason, huh?
You saying that she looked like she been ran through?
What does that look like?
She look
ran through shit.
Look at that throat. Look at that throat.
Yeah.
It is a strong throat. Yeah, it's like
she ready.
No, she got a fit throat.
A fit throat
like that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey.
No.
Hey, she do look like she could do a throat hug though. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh God, Jesus.
Her throat
hug. How we get from? Can't she just be pretty? And we just leave it there. We gotta let's just let her be pretty.
All hoes come from somewhere. No,
she's not. How we know she a hoe?
All hoes go to heaven, but right now she a hoe.
Y'all talking about throat holes and stuff.
I said throat hug.
Throat hug.
You don't know what a throat hug is, man?
I can deduce what a throat hug is. We still haven't even heard what she's reporting on. By the way.
He ain't played none of the clip.
See everything under the sun except a reporter right now. Man.
Oh, my bad. Listen, all right, y'all. Let's get. We got to talk about what she was gonna talk about. You know what? I be getting confused when I see some shit. I just get completely direct. All right. We got to get back to what she was saying. Report, on Diddy. Let's go.
Well, no, This is a high impact, high visibility story.
You'd be
Lots of
mad if
people
she sound
probably
like a
got
man.
phone messages alerting them to this news. Reset the clock for those just maybe tuning in. What has transpired in the last hour?
In the last hour, we've seen Sean Combs'
She
children
ran
arrive.
through. You Slimmer, you right?
Sprinters. They just went
How
inside
you
the
figure
federal.
that? How you get that, bro? How?
Slimmer, you right? Slimmer, you right?
You heard that voice?
Yeah, you right,
Nigga, she
Slimmer.
in the rain in New York. What she supposed to sound
Oh
like?
man,
Slimmer,
you can
you
tell
right,
she from the hood, bro.
Y'all
Yeah,
not
bro.
right.
You right, Slimmer.
She from the hood, bro.
Ah, this is so
Oh yeah, Slimmer, you right.
You were hoping for a nice, gentle voice.
Oh my God.
Hey, the more she talk, the more you go hear.
Mother was there earlier today, and about an hour ago, I remember seeing a couple of the defense attorneys running inside. So it was clear that there was an update. And throughout this, we've been receiving notes. But this particular note read, according to our reporter that's inside, quote, "We have reached a verdict on counts 2, 3, 4, 5. Unable on count 1, they said, have jurors with unpersuadable opinions." So what are counts 2, 3, 4, and 5? Those have to do with the sex trafficking and transportation for the purpose of prostitution. They involve Cassie Ventura, an ex-girlfriend of Combs, as well as Jane, another person who testified under that pseudonym, also an ex-girlfriend of Sean Combs. That racketeering conspiracy, though, that is the most serious charge, and it's complicated. There are 8 criminal elements. The jurors only have to prove that 2 of them, or feel that 2 of them have been proven, in order for him to be found guilty on that racketeering conspiracy, as well as believing that Combs led a criminal enterprise for his sexual desires. So even when you take a look at this verdict sheet, for instance, Major, there's the racketeering conspiracy, and then there's the not guilty, guilty. And under that, each juror would tell us, the public, the court, if they believe, for instance, acts involving kidnapping, that Combs was involved in that, whether that was proved or not proved, or acts involving arson, or acts involving bribery. So we knew that that one might be something that these jurors could possibly be deliberating on for quite some time, or in this case, have jurors, according to this note, that have unpersuadable opinions. But what we're hearing again right now, that the jurors have reached a verdict. We don't know what that verdict is, though, on counts 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So, jurors are still deliberating on Diddy. They're saying that there are people that are unpersuadable within the jury pool on both sides. So I don't know if it's going to be a hung trial. I don't know what he's going to get convicted of, if he is at all, if he's coming home. So the question that I have for you guys is, what would you like to see? Do you think that he should be convicted on different counts? Do you think that he should serve any time? What are your thoughts overall about this whole situation, and whether or not you believe he's going to be convicted by a jury?
If Diddy go to jail, Cassie go to jail. That's
Never
it.
will happen.
Cassie not on trial.
Yeah, no, she got immunity, so
yeah,
he can't go to jail.
I think that Diddy is gonna go to jail. I don't want him to, but anytime you see a nigga life hanging in the balance, it usually go the wrong way. And I don't think this is gonna be any different. But honestly, he was gonna go anyway. I just don't know if he's gonna go for the RICO. I just don't know if he's gonna go for the RICO. And
how long you think he's gonna get it, or how? If you was to guess how long he would have to serve, what would you think that's?
Without the RICO, I'm looking anywhere from 2 to 4, probably 2 on probation.
What?
With the RICO, I'm saying 6 to 10
years.
Yes, bro. Because the reason that why the feds picked it up, they got to make an example out the nigga. That's just what it is. They gonna try to make an example out of him, bro. Free Diddy.
Diddy.
Gary, what do you think?
I definitely think he's gonna end up doing some time. I remember when this trial first started, and I was listening to, I think, 2 defense two defense attorneys on Piers Morgan, and they said that the first charge is going to be hard to really prove, but it's probably going to be very hard for him to avoid the transportation for prostitution. I forget what it's called, but it's something like transportation.
So stupid, bro.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be able to avoid that because he had them coming from other countries. Like the transportation part, even when they were in different hotels and all that stuff, like that's going to be hard for him to avoid. But they said even with that, that part is going to depend on the amount of time. Obviously, is going to depend on the judge. I think that holds up to like 8 to 10 years or something like that.
He ain't gonna get that because Diddy don't got a record.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the attorney, again, he said he's probably not going to serve that out. Again, he doesn't know, but he'll likely have to do something for that charge. But the other charges, I don't know. I could see him getting out of the first charge. I would have to look up what the other ones were. But I find it interesting that the 2 through 5 are clearly lesser charges, and those are all the ones that were caught up with the whole Cassie thing, and a bulk of the case was focused on the Cassie situation. So it's interesting that the prosecution didn't focus more on that first charge, or maybe they never were really pressed for that charge. And again, we don't know because
I'm gonna tell you what it's a woman in that deliberation room who making life hell for everybody. I guarantee it. I guarantee it's a woman that's in that bitch saying, "No, I think he did it." After she'd heard the whole case.
You might be surprised, 2K. I told y'all before, when I was doing jury duty, I was the one who was for the guy. Damn. And yeah, I was against him doing as much time as people were trying to put on him, or the charges. So you might be surprised.
Let me read the counts real quick for y'all. So I believe these are the counts. Racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution again. But these are different victims.
Is the second victim?
All right, so let me read it out. So count 1, racketeering, conspiracy. This is the most serious charge. Carries a maximum sentence of life in prison. Count 2 is sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. This counts pertains to victim 1, who is Cassie Ventura, has a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years and a maximum sentence of life in prison. Count 3 is transportation to engage in prostitution. This count pertains to victim 1, who is Cassie, and commercial sex workers, carries a maximum sentence of 10 years. Count 4 is sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. This pertains to victim 2, who is the Jane, and has a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years, a maximum of life. And count 5, transportation to engage in prostitution. This count pertains to victim 2, who is also the Jane, and commercial sex workers, carries a maximum sentence of 10 years.
What's the caller was saying he's gonna get a minimum of 30.
So there's transportation and there's the
he ain't gonna get 30 with the RICO.
What was the last one you named, Anton? There's a sex workers charge and there's a transportation.
Count 5 is transportation to engage in prostitution. Pertains to victim 2, commercial sex workers, and carries a maximum sentence of 10 years. That is that's such bullshit, bro. What kind of fucking charge is that, bro? Transportation to engage in prostitution. So you're telling me that you can drive to go and engage in prostitution, and that can carry up to 10 years in fucking prison?
She got to get to you some way, even if you DoorDash the hoe. Not DoorDash, even if you got a Uber, it's the same thing, bro. Like how she supposed to get there?
That's crazy to me. That is insane to me, bro.
That's the same thing they got Arkells with, bro.
That's
Make a
insane.
bitch pay for it. That's a good where you ain't gotta pay for no bitches to come over now, nigga. Simple as that.
That's unreasonable, bro. That is
Like, how do you
completely
expect for me to get this woman here? I just want some pussy. I can't give her transportation.
Nigga, you better drive, nigga. You ain't gonna R. Kelly me, nigga.
But I'm thinking it has to do with crossing. Do you think it has to do with crossing state lines? So now it takes it to a federal level. No, I agree. I mean, it's the same thing like when you touch somebody's mail, like it becomes federal immediately. So I'm wondering if it's like that though, because they crossed state lines, because that's what one of the attorneys had mentioned about the fact that they were in a hotel in California, then they were like somewhere else in Miami or something. Like that alone takes it to a different
You mean
level.
to tell me I'm getting penalized because I want to fly? I want to fly some high quality coochie. That's not a penalty, bro. Like the shit just ain't getting that wet where he was. Like I can't fly my favorite eater in.
This is. Let me tell you what's wrong with this. These type of charges were designed to go after people that they couldn't really get charges on. So, for example, if they wanted to go after or start having harsher penalties on pimps, what they started to do is to create these laws with these crazy penalties to put these guys away for a longer period of time. What's now happening is they are using these same charges against people that have nothing to do with what it was designed to go after them for. And they're exacting more harsh penalties on these guys. And it has nothing fucking to do with what it is that they was doing, is how they was living their life. You can't sit here and tell me that Cassie, who was in a relationship with this nigga, and then all of a sudden, because they had a toxic relationship that could have been domestic violence, it could have been a lot of things, that all of a sudden this nigga is possibly facing life in prison because they want to throw trafficking and transportation for prostitution, which carries a minimum. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is why you need reform of some of these laws, because it then leaves it up to interpretation, but it's so blanket and broad that it then could be applicable depending on whatever it is that you want to apply it to.
Listen, I think the RICO charge in general is lazy as hell when it comes to police work. Like, if you couldn't get the mob out of all the shit that they was doing, they shouldn't have been able to make that law, bro. Because like I can get you however the fuck I want to. You don't have to touch nothing. And it's stupid. It's like, okay, the police are already working with more resources than everybody. They can break more rules than everybody. And now you add this big ass blanket. Like, I feel like that's not fair to the justice system. Like, you got to give the criminals some type of chance.
Yeah, well, you know, what I kind of feel about this is like, you gotta watch who you play the game with. Honestly, you really do, because Diddy put himself in a situation where he felt violated. He felt like he was getting treated unfairly, and he tried to do something about it, but he kind of forgot his place. So this is what all this shit stems from. These is all trumped up charges and fake shit. Like the fact that who I feel like is the ringleader, who I feel like did all this, got immunity. It's insane. I mean, I don't understand. I think a lot of the rules have to be changed. In a case like this, there should be no such thing as immunity. Like there shouldn't be a such thing. Like, if you are found to be this complicit, where they knew you were the one bringing the dudes over, all that shit should be out the window. You should have to go down. Like, no matter what. Like, it looks as if Cassie was the fucking ringleader, but because they wanted to play a video, which for all we know now, that shit could be AI for real. For all we know, that shit could be fucking AI, because that shit wasn't as popular then, but who knows? Ain't no telling. I'm just covering all ground. But in all reality, that motherfucker Cassie, she should be on trial. Just like fucking Diddy. No questions asked.
it go a little further than that, Slimmy. Because if he don't get this RICO, all this was a rich ass smear campaign.
Oh, that's what it is, regardless.
Because
that's
like
what it
it's
is,
so
regardless.
much shit that don't make sense, like that we found out. Like honestly, that's what it feel like. It just feel like a high level billionaire smear campaign, bro.
No, that's not what it feels like. That's what it is. First off, that's the first thing that it was. That's why they had the video. That's why they showed the video everywhere. They showed that video before we knew even charges was being pressed. Am I right? Yeah, they showed that video, so that was right there to discredit him immediately. They started smearing his name. They started shitting on him. And this was, damn, I want to say it was like 4 or 5 months, 6 months after the whole thing with what's the name of that company? Diageo?
Yeah,
Diageo?
yeah.
Yeah, that's like 6 months after that. That's not a coincidence. None of that shit is coincidental. This was, like you said, this is a smear campaign. Period. Then the dude get locked away. He not a flight risk. Like, he can't go home?
A lot of it do be a power flex because if you remember, if you go back to the R. Kelly shit, the R. Kelly shit was over and done. Do y'all remember the triggering factor that sparked up the whole R. Kelly shit? It was Lifetime. The Lifetime network came out with the series Surviving R. Kelly. That's what got that shit popping.
That is true. That's true.
That was a power flex.
He had already gotten in trouble though.
No, that's not true. Sonny.
That shit was dead, Slimmy. That shit was years.
They did a
no.
documentary.
It was later. It was later. I'm just saying he had already got in trouble for the same thing once already. That's what I'm saying. And then the Lifetime shit, like, it opened everybody's eyes again to it. So you're right.
Though.
Like,
it was like, bro, I don't know who it was that was after him, but it was nothing more than a flex of power that was going on.
Yeah.
You can't tell me Lifetime is the reason why these folks opened up an investigation, bro. Lifetime.
Yeah, it's that man,
Insane.
that's bad.
Yeah,
that's
that is
bad.
That shit. A lot of these guys is going down in the court of public opinion, and that's just the way that it's going.
Facts. Same with
That's why I hate social media to an extent, bro, because it's getting people jammed up that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, bro.
Nah, Tory's situation is way worse.
It's kind of
way
like
worse.
Okay, like when America do something, like the deep state, they look to see how the public gonna take it. Like before we can be able to go to a war in Vietnam, it had to be a good reason for the people to be agreeable with it. So now with social media and the court of public opinion, if the people are against them, then they are more likely to come get you because the people won't look at it like it's a wrong. So that's to me, that's the most dangerous shit about social media, is that we let people know how we feel about this.
What do you think about this? What do you think about this comment right here by Sundeer? Sundeer says, y'all just want to be degenerates and get away with it.
She's a lying, funky hoe.
Whoa. No. We could do this a different way.
Well, wait.
Hey, I like a machine gun, my nigga.
Before we get into that, I want to hold off. I'm gonna bring that comment back. I'm gonna revisit this comment. I want to get Molly's perspective.
Oh yeah, Molly.
On this whole Diddy situation.
I don't really have much to say because I haven't really been following it since probably like the Dawn testimony or whatever. So I feel like if you're in certain positions, certain high positions, you probably got some dirt on your hands. But I would like for him to get his due process. I have no clue. I don't know how the jury is gonna decide, but I'm not gonna be surprised if he gets prison time. I don't really have much to say about it. I think it's so easy to get sex trafficking charges now.
Yeah.
So it's just weird because I feel like what Diddy does, a lot of people do. So a lot
Yeah.
of people fly chicks out, a lot of people throw freaky parties. So if it is more that they're not telling us, I don't know. I wish they would give us a little bit more information because it doesn't seem like he's doing anything too crazy outside of just being super freaky. I don't know.
I I I fear that if Diddy get the Rico for being freaky, man, it's just a matter of time before they knocking at my door, bro.
As long as
Like,
no kids were getting hurt, like I really don't care.
yeah, imagine like you getting your ass ate and you hear nigga, FBI, open up. Like it's a matter of time, bro. Like y'all listen, attack on freakiness anywhere is an injustice to attack on freakiness everywhere. Today is freak offs. Tomorrow is threesomes.
Oh my god.
And so listen, we got to stand with Diddy at some point, bro.
Oh,
I don't know. A part of me wonders though, is like, are things being covered up to protect him and other people? Because it just seems so weird. It seems like there's so many holes in all the stories. So I've kind of just tuned out of it. I'm like, I'll wait until they reach the verdict they're gonna reach.
Flammy, what was you about to say? 2K, what was you about to say about this comment by Sundeer?
She looked like that little girl off Adam Family.
And get away with it.
Bro, I don't got nothing to say to her. Like, bro, look at her eyebrow, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I want to talk to her in real life. Like, why would I talk to her now?
Why y'all being mean? Why y'all can't deal with the comments?
Be nice.
Her eyes are real far apart.
Stop. We don't got to do all that.
No, I don't want the bad guy to win.
This is the thing. The degeneracy. If Diddy is a degenerate, it's so many out there being covered up.
Yeah,
so many, and we talking a lot. And it's probably people that you look up to be honest. They just hide this shit. Like I said, I don't like his business practices. I think he's a monster. I think he ruined people's careers. I think he got folks for money. But they signed the contracts. These are all people who wanted some type of financial gain or something from this dude. The bottom line is nobody had to deal with him, and they wouldn't have to go through none of this shit. This nigga. Well, hold on. You knew this nigga was fucked up when the Locks left fucking Bad Boy. We knew back then. We was like, okay, crazy. All right, that's fucked up. Nobody had to deal with Diddy after that point. He was still Puff Daddy then. Nobody had to deal with him. But people wanted so much from him. They want to be in the spotlight. They wanted to put on the shiny suits. That's the facts.
Now, what I don't like, Slimmy counter hit on it. Don't make Diddy the poster child for this shit when you got the Epstein Island that y'all refuse to talk about. When
that's
you got
what this is.
The Playboy Mansion. Like, don't start this shit at Diddy when there have been hundreds of years of way more corrupt stuff going on. And like, let's not start this at Diddy.
No, you're exactly right, 2K. The timing of this, because they were supposed to release the Epstein files, the timing of this coincides with when they were supposed to do all this shit. Then they talking about they're gonna rush all the way through it with somebody's life on the line. They're gonna rush through. Man, this is a cover-up, man. They don't want to talk about what's in the Epstein files. All this shit is coordinated. It ain't no, man. It's a shame that people can't see through this shit. It is absurd. You have to be able to see that this is a play. Whether this man goes to prison or not.
Slim, you want to know
There's nothing illegal about being a freak. Regardless of if it's something I would do, you would do. It doesn't matter. There's nothing illegal about being a freak. you want to be a cook, you want to be a homo, whatever it is, that's your business. It's not illegal. It's not illegal. But they're trying to act like this dude is some kind of criminal. It ain't right.
Bro,
it ain't right. The shit that he should have got, my fault. The shit that he should have went to been on trial for was the domestic shit. If you want to, but that was a civil case. So it's dead.
Yeah.
My fault, bro.
Nah, you good, bro. They committed more crimes and more egregious crimes at Nickelodeon Studios than what P. Diddy did.
Man, they made a documentary about that. Ain't nobody go down. Ain't nobody went down.
Come on, bro.
Them motherfuckers still walking around free.
Ain't nobody going down.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Aren't they still walking around?
Yes, bro. Free as
I couldn't
fuck.
even finish that documentary. It was so sick.
Free as fuck.
Well, let me read some of the super chats. We got a lot to cover tonight, so we're gonna stay on top of the whole Diddy situation.
Okay, man. That was a good call out. I forgot about that.
We're gonna talk about the Diddy situation. Devastator says he is in love with Molly. Chris Cunningham says shout out to Molly. Molly, what the hell is going on here now? El Jefe says, what's good, y'all? Shout out to the panel in the chat. Appreciate you, big dog. Short King says, react to Arlette latest Pop the Balloon. We don't do Pop the Balloon no more over here personally. And it's not because we don't want to, it's because they don't like people reacting to their content. Anton, you think Malik Beasley is guilty? I think I think that there's a lot of finessing in the NBA. Do I think he's guilty about the one that they identified? Cooked. Do I think that he's guilty about the one that they identified? No, because he actually beat what they was betting against. So
he was making a personal bet, and they got another video of him on some weekend
up the court.
Yeah, like bro, he cooked Anton.
Yeah, he does.
Casey, what up, Casey? I appreciate you. Thank you for the fireball. Joshua says Diddy should bop to hypnotize out of court tomorrow. Chris Cool says, hey, Carrie and Molly. She's a heartbreaker, says quit Chris Cunningham. Talking about that reporter. Shout out to you. Appreciate you for the super sticker also, Chris Cool. Suni. Shout out to Sonny. Sonny, you kind of cute. Give me a second. Yeah, you kind of cute.
He's at the meetup.
I know. Hey,
she got the cafeteria. She ain't big.
What?
Thanks, Simi, for listening to my song. Diddy was so nice and respectful when we met. All the ladies were beautiful. Hopefully, we can meet Carrie and Molly at the next meetup. Name is pronounced Sunday without the D. Sunday. Sunday. Man with the golden hand says, use a fool, Anton. Bless up to the all. Shout out to you, big dog.
Wait till y'all see this one.
Sterling says, I have not listened to local radio show in the past 2 years because I'm hooked on this show. I love y'all, bro. Keep holding us down. We got y'all. Shout out to Sterling. We appreciate you, big dog. They used to call her Jawbone. Watson. Prison Brown Girl in America was at the meetup. She was beautiful. Says, hey, Molly. Hey, Carrie. Was hoping to meet you Saturday. Good evening, fellas. Chris Cunningham says, Jerrica Duncan went to Aurora High in Ohio, Slimmy.
She a runner.
Corey Williams says he'll be out in 3 years when Trump pardoned him. Black Fiasco says, yes, once you cross state lines, it's federal. Rage King Leo says, wait, I can get 10 years for tricking?
Yeah.
Joshua says, if Diddy gets found guilty on only the lesser charges, he can still get a harsher sentence, just like Tory, though found guilty, should have got 10 years. Time Out says, so any guy flying a chick into his location is considered sex trafficking or inviting them onto a yacht?
Yep.
MVP says, give criminals some type of chance is crazy work. P. Rothstein says, this is a shakedown of the highest order. The crazy thing is, if you would have just paid her 20 M's, he wouldn't be in this situation, which is sad. Her having immunity is crazy work. Trey 5 says, wow, so they should go back and charge all of the crackhead couples out there who went from state to state to get drugs and perform favorite situations throughout time. Jason A-Team says, I thought this whole time the big thing about Diddy was he was trafficking underage people. I haven't seen any evidence of that, and most of the people are complicit. I'm confused. Wesley Smith says they created a law to trip up Jack Johnson for smashing white girls. Look up the Mann Act. Billy Goat Gruff says law was created for Jack Johnson, who had a white wife. They use it when they want, AD. This is criminal, not federal. He gets time served plus and 10 years parole, or he walks. He not getting 30, maybe 5 plus. Billy Goat Gruff says to save embarrassment, feds want something. Accountable Masculinity University says they putting tariffs on men's meat. Shout out to my dog, Del Towns. I appreciate you, bro. Says great job to the panel, 35 black male. I have a DNA test coming up. Wouldn't mind revealing it on your channel. What you got?
Good luck, bro.
Kovic in this bitch, nigga.
Hey, you come to me for that though, cuz I got you.
Oh,
I made
shit,
a,
yeah,
I made a DNA.
I got you. We
I made
called
a
the baby
DNA
mama
test
on
for
air.
my I made a DNA test for my homeboy back when I was younger, and let him get away with it for a good 5 years.
No,
until she wanted another one.
Look,
Fuck you, Molly.
Hey, hit up 2K, and he the channel for that shit.
I remember when I beat my test, bro. It was a feeling like nothing. Nah, I dead ass. I beat my shit.
Brown 9 says freak offs and sleeping your way to the top have been going on for centuries. The difference is now is the internet. Facts. R Dub says Trump will grant Diddy clemency. He knows his BS. Sterling says justice for Drake Bell. Taylor Barnes says Diageo may be pulling strings on these charges. Classy Beats in the building says, what's good, family? Get those likes up. Fahim Jackson says, Kerry, there are interstate commerce laws for transportation to engage. Ava, what up, Ava?
The mob boss.
Ava, what up, my girl?
Ava, they call you Quentin called you the mob boss. He said you just come in and control shit. 6'8" Aquarius says, why Kerry got on the same outfit as Lynn Winfield had on a thin line when she was whooping Martin's ass?
Hey, yo, y'all niggas are hungry.
What the fuck?
Front row at the fight said, if Snoop can beat a body, Diddy can beat cheeks.
Oh, wow.
I am the original Snow Bunny Bag Chaser says, Molly, love you. All of the panel, keep rocking strong. Yashua says, look like she do throat ups. Oh, God.
Dear Lord.
Quasar says, I enjoyed y'all at the meetup. What up, Quasar?
What you was there?
What up? All right, y'all. Let's move over into the next conversation. We got to get the political shit out the way. So we're going to pivot over to the New York mayoral candidate, Zohran Mamdani. Zohran Mamdani. He's a socialist candidate that believes in taxing more money against the people that are in the upper middle class or the rich people. And he wants to make New York more of a socialist environment where he seems to be driving out a lot of the business leaders. So let me give y'all a little bit of a preview of what's going on. This was him on Meet the Press. He's recently in the primary defeated Andrew Cuomo in New York. He's running for mayor. And he's going up against Eric Adams for mayor of New York. And this is some of the questions that they asked him.
Your website and realize there's a policy proposal that says your plan, and I'm going to quote it for folks, is to shift the tax burden from overtaxed homeowners in the outer boroughs to more expensive homes in richer and whiter neighborhoods. Explain why you are bringing race into your tax proposal.
That is just a description of what we see right now. It's not driven by race. It's more of an assessment of what neighborhoods are being undertaxed versus overtaxed. We've seen time and again that this is a property tax system that is inequitable. It's one that actually Eric Adams ran on saying that he would change in the first 100 days. He's since sought to defend it and lost at every juncture in court.
And I understand you're saying we're simply describing the types of neighborhoods that would see these increase in taxes. And yet by invoking race, do you run the risk of potentially alienating key constituents?
I think I'm just naming things as they are. And ultimately, my the thing that motivates me in this is to create a system of fairness. It is not to work backwards from a racial assessment of neighborhoods or our city. Rather, it's to ensure that we actually have an equal playing field. And right now, what we see with the property tax system is one that is overtaxing a number of New Yorkers and undertaxing others, and an inability of political will to resolve that.
So no plans to change that language on your website.
The focus here is to actually ensure a fair property tax system, and that the use of that language is an assessment of the neighbor.
So he's saying that he's going to go after the richer, whiter neighborhoods. He's going to tax them more. He is a Muslim candidate. And he has been, I guess they're bringing up older videos of some of the stuff that he support that doesn't necessarily seem like it's American, but it's kind of more or less anti-American. What are your thoughts on that clip, and if whatever it is that y'all have learned about him, if y'all have learned anything about him in the past? What are y'all thoughts on that?
He not gonna win. They're not
You
gonna
don't
let him
think
win. No, because he did something that made the Jewish community mad. It's a wrap. He not gonna win. He basically said he not gonna invest in Israel. He not gonna have nothing to do with it. He gonna focus on New York. It's a wrap for him. He not winning shit.
Do you think that you give Jewish people too much credit?
Absolutely not. I'm not giving them credit. It's not giving them credit. It's just telling what it is. It has nothing to do with giving them credit. It's the truth. It's just the way that this country is set up. It is what it is, man. That's just, it's fucked up.
Why do you say that?
I mean, they're in charge.
How do we know that, Slimmy?
Say something about him on YouTube.
Anti-Semitism, like anything you say against them is anti-Semitism, even though they aren't Semites. They are Semites. So they just took a term.
To be fair, Candace Owens go at them all the time, and she is very much monetized right now.
She got demonetized because of it too.
But she's remonetized.
And Myron got demonetized because of that too.
I don't think.
And Oprah Winfrey had to.
No, Slimmy. I don't think that's why Myron got demonetized.
Oprah Winfrey had to apologize. I mean, not Oprah Winfrey. Whoopi Goldberg. I'm sorry. Whoopi Goldberg had to apologize.
Kyrie Irving had to apologize.
Kyrie Irving didn't do nothing. He ain't say nothing about him. He ain't do shit. Deshaun Jackson had to apologize. Nick Cannon had to apologize.
Okay, so but again, you're saying Nick Cannon and stuff because he worked for those, that particular organization, or he worked for a certain group of people, and he signed up for that. But I think that we're naming celebrities. But I guess the thing that I'm asking is, how do we know that they just completely control New York? Is what I'm asking.
Because they control the United States. Like
New York.
What's New York?
He's running for mayor of New York. We're speaking about Zohran Mamdani. And so I'm referencing him because you said that they wouldn't let him win. Well, I'm not speaking, because if we're talking about the entire United States of America, that's a big thing to tackle. So I'm narrowing it down to this particular mayoral candidate of New York. And what I'm saying
so it's a clip. Find the clip in the group chat and play that, and then that kind of like lets you know. It's in the group chat that I put it in there earlier. It's of him. And you'll see it. It's in the group chat. You scroll up a little bit. It was like I can't use my phone because
listen. I'm not saying that y'all wrong. I'm asking, how do y'all know? Because again, a lot of times people say things, but I would like the actual context behind why y'all say what y'all say. I just can't assume as much as I want to anymore, because I like for people to be able to substantiate their argument.
Well, he said the Jewish people. I just think that he coming in too hot. Like you don't come in like going against the grain unless like you don't need the support of people. like when I first came in on this show, I didn't need the support of your audience. I could come in and to go against the grain, but you can't come in as the bad guy needing the help of the people. It's just counterproductive. So you know the majority of people, if you go in that white neighborhoods, you know who the majority of the people vote, right? That's white people.
Well, he did defeat Andrew Cuomo in the primary, who was a former governor.
But he ain't make that statement.
Yes, he been standing on it the whole time.
Oh, okay. Well, I ain't too trenched in New York politics. I ain't gonna hear fake. I'm just here to give you the common sense approach on it of why I think that he won't win.
Yeah, the most recent thing he said kind of like sealed his fate. Because if you see,
he got motion. I think y'all underestimating him. I hope he doesn't win for New Yorkers' sake. It doesn't affect me at all. He probably won't win, but I think he got more motion than y'all think. And I think that when you underestimate people, that makes them more dangerous.
No, if you watch that clip, you'll see why. They pretty much asked him if he would support Israel, and he said no. He said no.
I know what he
and
said.
then so say what?
Yeah, I know. I heard him. I know what he said.
Oh, you saw that? Yeah.
Mhm.
So you know they're not gonna let him win. They're not about to let this dude.
Who's not gonna let him win, Slimmy?
The small hats.
How? What are they going to do? Are they going to put money against thing? Because they did that with Andrew Cuomo and they still lost. Are they going to put money up when they're going to put money up to support Eric Adams? Eric Adams is now running as an independent and as the incumbent. How are they going to stop him? Is what I'm saying.
We will see. They ain't letting that dude win.
Come on, y'all.
They ain't letting that dude win, man. I mean, there's no other way to say it. They'll put up money. They could put up money. They could do it. Man, that dude could disappear. Ain't no telling it. There's so many ways.
He's not going to disappear.
I'm not saying literally, but what I'm saying is there's so many ways to stop him from winning. It's so many ways.
How are they going to stop him from winning? How do y'all think that they're going to stop him from winning is what I'm asking.
They could buy out the votes.
They tried that with Andrew Cuomo and they lost. Because he did a ground campaign that basically entrenched himself in social media, and he engaged younger people that believe in socialist ways, which I disagree with, and he got them out to the polls and he got them to vote early in the primary.
You'll see.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about this. I ain't gonna hold you, cuz like I can sit here and lie to you and give you a fake ass answer. You say New York. I as a Mississippi nigga, I hate New York. I hate LA. Like out of pure jealousy. So I don't.
You hate niggas with good shit.
Yep. Yep. If I got to be honest, bro, like I hate them.
I'll be just trying to understand. I'll be trying to understand why people think the way that they think. That's all I'm trying to understand. I just listen. I don't think that Jewish people are as powerful as y'all think they are.
Oh, bro.
Nah, Anton, I can talk about that. Now you just wrong.
Maybe, but I don't believe that. I think that they are I think that y'all make them the boogeyman.
Hell no.
They scare y'all. They don't scare everybody.
And it ain't about being scared.
Yeah, it is. Because every time that you mention them, y'all always act like it's some boogeyman around. And maybe I'm a little bit different because although, listen, I respect opponents. I respect people's ability to get things done. I understand it. It doesn't mean that I think that they are the most powerful people on the face of this earth. As a person that is a spiritual person, and so maybe I'm going into a different perspective. I don't believe that anybody got more power than, and maybe I shouldn't go into this, than God allows for them to have. And I don't give any man, any person on this earth dominion over me. I think that this is what I believe about this whole subject. I believe that part of power and control is making you fear them by making you believe that they can actually do something to you. That's what I think that part of fear is your perspective of what it is. It's the same thing that allowed for the slaves to be controlled. Slaves overwhelmingly outnumbered the slave masters that was controlling them on the plantations. But the way that they then controlled the slaves was to input fear in them, and they would make an example of one person, or they would do this. And at any point, the slaves could have really overthrown the slave masters, but the projection of fear and making an example of somebody is definitely how they controlled them. And so I think that it's the same thing. And I don't think it just happens with the Jewish community. I think it happens overall. I believe that they have convinced y'all. They have done a psychological mind fuck on y'all, including black people, to make y'all believe that no matter what you do, you have no control over yourself, and they're just letting you talk and letting you be okay with whatever it is that you do from a freedom perspective. And I just don't believe that shit, bro. I don't believe it. Y'all got to, even when I ask y'all a question, be like, okay, so how do they control it? Well, listen, you will see when they come for you. And it's like, who are these fucking boogeymen? Who are these people that are pulling the strings on y'all niggas every single day? That's what that, and I could be wrong, but that's what I think. That's how I see it. Every time I hear people talk about Jewish people, it's like, who the fuck is y'all talking about? I don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it. I just don't. I don't believe that anybody and any man has any dominion over me. I can't, as a man, I can't believe that. I could play the game. I could be a part of the system. I can understand how the system works. I can absolutely leverage the system in order to make sure that they get in my favor. I don't believe as a man that anybody has any dominion over me.
So, well, I'll just give an example of the power that they have.
Okay.
And it's just historic. The mustache man, right?
Who?
You can't, you know who the mustache man is. I'm not gonna say his name.
I don't know who the mustache man is. I'm sorry.
Is that HIT?
The
HIT guy?
You can say Hitler. Say Hitler. Hitler.
What the fuck?
Okay. Okay. Well,
You can't be scared to say his name.
You know, stop acting like y'all know he can't. You can't really say.
You can
his name
type him up on YouTube and find videos.
Well, I think okay. How about this though? Since it's Anton's channel, if Anton is saying you can say it, then you know what I mean, because he's the one who would have
Okay.
We know what we're talking about. So let's go ahead and keep going.
All right. So the mustache man. This man has been vilified throughout history, as if he's a super villain. A super villain. They made everything about him hate, all this. Now, if you go back and you really do research and you understand what's going on, they said it was considered genocide, right? What took place. But how could it be genocide if people have invaded?
For the people in the chat, I can hear y'all. I just got to use the restroom real quick, so I'm just getting off camera.
Yeah. So how could it be genocide if you're removing people from your country? That happened. The whole thing took place in Germany. The whole thing. It's not like, now if it had happened in Israel, then it would make more sense to vilify this dude. They made it seem like this dude was, yeah, I really shouldn't be doing this, God flavor. I really shouldn't be, but that man has been vilified throughout history as if he did something extremely vile to in a different land. He did that shit in his own country, and they made it seem like he eradicated them from. But that's the point. This is how much power that they have, because anybody who speaks on this event,
you don't
let me land. Because anybody who speaks on this event in certain countries, they can go to prison if they deny that it happens the way that they said it did historically. That's a fact. Can't be denied. They're trying to implement those rules here in America. That's a fact. You speak on this in London. I believe it's in London. You speak on certain events, you go to jail. That's power. We talking about just speaking on a historic event. You're just saying, hey, that's not really what the research said. That's not really what they're saying happened when they've done deeper research. You do that in public, you go to jail. It's a lot of power to me.
And I ain't gonna lie, they do got America by the nuts right now. And that's what, if you watch Candace Owens, that's what she been screaming from the top of the mountain.
So hold on, wait. Y'all not gonna sit here and gaslight me and tell me that Hitler is not one of the most monstrous people that ever crossed the face of the earth.
Well, I mean, in retrospect, looking back on it, what Hitler didn't like them for is kind of what's taking place here now.
Y'all smoking
Yeah,
crack,
that's
bro.
true.
Like now, Anton, like you, like, bro. Okay, think about this.
He advocated for nationalism. He was a
Okay.
nationalist. It is kind of similar to what's going on today, and I do think that the Jewish people have covered up a lot of atrocities that they've done to other people themselves.
That's
They do
cool.
make it
And
look
I
like
don't disagree with that. But at the same time, we're not gonna sit here and act like that this nigga didn't just tried to eradicate an entire population of people.
My nigga is like, shit, I kind
that's
of
what
wish he got them all.
Netanyahu is doing, though.
Am I off?
No, looking back on it,
That's what
I kind of wish
Netanyahu is doing right now, though. He's trying to eradicate especially it's a lot of children in Iran that are getting. He's doing the same thing. So I understand what Salimi is saying.
Listen.
They
That's
tell
a fair
us that
assessment.
they're the victims, but they're also perpetrating the same things towards other people.
And Anton, listen, just think about how they got the White House about. Listen, bro, we went through slavery, Jim Crow, civil rights. They started hating them, and they came out with a whole anti-Semitic bill, act just for them. Like, we still don't got none that they call our shit a hate crime, but just because people don't like them, they can put something through. What's up, bro?
Y'all trying to act like this nigga didn't build concentration camps.
Nigga, we should have been concentrating.
No. Y'all acting like, because multiple things can be true at the same time. This nigga built concentration camps, fam. Are y'all smoking crack?
We kind of should have. We should.
They're doing the same thing. Israel's doing the same thing right now today, though. So that's the only reason why I can't. I feel like history is just repeating itself. We're just seeing it in more of a digital time where we can share the information. But there's nothing new under the sun. We've been having people literally been having the same conversations for millennia. So.
And Anton, don't forget, history is written by the victors. So, I mean, we can say you killed all these people, but
what do you mean? Because we can say it. It happened.
We weren't there.
Anton, this is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm not gonna get too deep into it because you really you can get fucked up. Like
you got niggas right now on your panel. You got niggas right now on your panel tap dancing around
Is the earth flat too?
No, the earth ain't flat.
No, we not.
This not
is the earth flat? I want to know. Because listen, nothing happened that actually is said to happen. You can't go and view it. We don't know. None of this stuff ever happened. Okay, so this is what everybody is telling me. Don't believe my eyes. You know, all of these museums, all of this stuff is fake. Nothing happened. Okay, cool.
I'm not saying that.
We're not saying nothing happened. What I'm saying is, because he wanted to remove, they wanted to put centralized banking, and he was against it. He was against it. Period. The same with in Cuba, they wanted to put all those casinos out there. He was against it. They fuck you up when you go against them.
Who is he?
No, I said What was it? Fidel Castro?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They fucked you up when you go against. Oh yeah. It wasn't Fidel Castro. It was Gaddafi. My fault.
Okay. All right. You know what?
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, and I said it last time. One of our own presidents. One of our own presidents. One of our own. You go. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, like
It's really undeniable.
Honestly, God, listen, and I'm sure that I know I'm the least smartest nigga on this panel.
Shit.
I don't know what the fuck is happening right now, bro. All right, I guess we can go start talking about dick and pussy then.
I mean, bro, if you just gonna look at it from what you've been told, of course you're gonna have
What do you mean look at it from what I've been told? Y'all looking at it from what y'all been told. Y'all wasn't there either.
No, we not. But we not oblivious.
All of us been told some shit. Y'all didn't get y'all don't have no different shit than
Anton, you looking at it as the be all do all. We looking at it as objectively that we could have been lied to, which we have been lied to a bunch.
Yeah, I mean,
like some shit just don't make sense, bro.
The shit that I don't know if you remember, but I told Myron to look something up the last time he was on here. That dude that I told him to look up, all he did was put on his syllabus for his class. He's a professor. All he did was put on his syllabus for a class that he was going to talk about the relationships between blacks and Jews. He had that book on his syllabus. He never read it. He never taught it. Because they do, it's a group called Halal, and they have them on on a lot of different college campuses. This group came into his class because they saw it on his syllabus. They pretty much work for the federal government. That group took the information back. This dude damn near got fired from that college almost damn near immediately because he had it on there. He never taught it. They said he did. He lost his job, almost didn't ever get to teach again. He had to go teach somewhere else. Then he wrote a book about that instant. You can find it everywhere. But the thing is, they were trying to suppress his voice. What he said was...
Why would they let him write a book about what his experience was?
You say what?
If they have so much power, why did they allow for him to write the book about what his experience was and not being able to do it?
Well, the thing is, he published he was already a publisher. So he published it himself.
If they control everything, why didn't they just stop him from doing it?
Well, this is way back in the 90s. So would you need proof? Yeah, I got proof. I sent the video. Myron watched the video. I sent it to him. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is though, like, it just goes to show you they could suppress you. They could, I mean, damn, I think that's what's going on with Diddy, honestly. Think he might have crossed the wrong people. Might be.
Well, let me read some of the super chats. Zohran Mamdani will not make it into being mayor of New York. All right, we there, baby. Let's see what we got going on here. Taylor Barnes says he's trying to funnel money into the LGBTQ. Shout out to Taylor Barnes. I appreciate you. Magnetar says Minister Farrakhan sued. The ADL case is ongoing. Obi-Wan, the homie, says Candace Owens talk bad about Jews every day. She got demonetized for her views on the LGBTQ. The Jewish conspiracies have been debunked and they getting old. Miss Freckles says, what up, Miss Freckles? Says, showing love to the panel and all of the bag chasers. I'm happy DC was a vibe. I look forward to future meetups. I appreciate you, Miss Freckles. I'm the original, says AD called it. He is another Bernie. Look at history. Cameron says, missed the morning show, but big thanks to Molly and AD for the motivation. I'm officially out of debt this weekend. Shout out to you. AD, I'll be needing a coaching call soon. Oh, well, I'll announce that shortly. Give me a second. Front row at the fight. Fam trying to get elected the Aki way. Shout out to you. I am says they aren't. They are disciplined. The culture beautiful. Get to know someone of the faith. Chris Cunningham says Mamdani just became a citizen back in 2018. He should not be allowed to hold U.S. political power by him being Islamic. He is easy to be compromised with the presence of today, in my opinion. Billy Go Grubb says he beat Cuomo because a lot of seniors died from COVID. The whole mayoral candidacy is a joke, and he has zero experience. They're trying to oust Eric Adams. Darian Murphy says Slimmy did those things. Slimmy, he did those things in Poland, Ukraine, and other countries besides Germany. But yes, YouTube will restrict monetization for saying H. Obi-Wan homie says it didn't happen in just Germany. It happened in Poland, France, North Africa. He shipped them from German-occupied areas back to Germany. Terry Johnson says, wild work hearing black men and women defending Hitler. Obi-Wan homie says, Molly, go read. He advocated for globalism, the master race. Someone please let me debate this. Chris Cunningham says, ADU off, big dog. Look at what they're doing now. They use refugee loopholes to kick out the Gaza people. 080 says Hitler hated black people too. Dave 03 says Hitler not only killed Jews, but Africans. Also, especially when Germans invaded North Africa. Q&A says, this is why I said watch the doc AD. It might be 11 hours, but nigga, I'm not ever watching the documentary.
He trying to ease that in.
That nigga said it may be 11 hours, but you need to watch
Might be
it.
11 hours, but hell no.
What nobody say. I'm never watching an 11-hour documentary. Further breaks down what Slimmy is saying. You grew up at the last battle. Tell G says Slimmy is on the right track. Damn near all the history is tainted. Quarter Boy says Slim and 2K are right. Hitler wasn't Jesus Lord. Fuck. Hitler wasn't half as bad as Leopold. So what does that have to do? It doesn't mean he's not. Well, anyways, let me just read the super chat. Why is he or the people he mutilated not talked about? Jesus Christ. Look up how the small hats were doing the Germans. Hitler wasn't what we were taught. Michael says, Slimmy, what do the Cleveland Cavs and the mayor candidate Mamdani have in common? Not winning.
Hey, yo.
That's my boy.
That nigga send that bullshit. Every
My
show.
boy out, right?
Every show. Like clockwork.
That shit was funny though. You gotta admit that shit was funny, bro.
I mean, most of them are funny. Fuck that dude though.
Hey, that's my guy, man. Michael's a good dude.
Dave said, where's the proof to prove your point though? You can literally watch the Nuremberg trials that happened after World War II when the Nazis were on trial.
Well, yeah, well, the thing is, you should watch more independent things that don't have anything to do with the media. Like you should really watch independent things to find the information for that. And I could give you any type of independent sources you want. I send them all the time. But don't believe the media. They'll tell you a man went to the moon.
David Williams says, fellas, you have to shave. Would you shave your chick if she's pregnant and catch reach C? What? And catch reach C?
I'm not fucking with that hypothetical at all. That's so weird. Would you shave your
chick if she's pregnant is basically what he's asking.
That's so weird.
Would you shave your
Why is that weird? You wouldn't do that for your chick?
That's
Men
so
do it
weird.
all the time.
Shave
that
what?
Is so weird.
They shave for their pregnant woman.
Shave what?
Wait.
Vagina.
Her baby maker.
Why do you want to shave a vagina anyway? I don't understand.
She can't see it.
Who cares? Why does it need to be shaved?
Get up, Kim.
Slimmy, don't do me. What? What, Slimmy?
Why
Slimmy dropped off when he seen you. No, that's too good.
That boy knew trouble was on the way and got out of there. Smart man.
How am I trouble?
I'm just talking shit.
Slimmy,
what I do?
What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm just talking shit. That's all.
You would look very pretty at the meetup, Kim.
Thank you. What's wrong with you, Diddy? Just
That
hate.
Why
nigga,
did you breathe
that
hard
nigga
when I
still
said she looked
faded.
pretty? Why you breathe hard when I said she looked pretty, cute Diddy?
I didn't fuck these hoes.
For Kim?
I need to know who the hoes are.
All of them. Anybody with the vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. So wait a minute, y'all wouldn't help y'all chick shave if she was pregnant and she couldn't reach?
I like hairy vagina.
Don't they go to the spa for that? Don't they
Go
got
to the
to?
spa for what?
Don't they go to like a special spa to get to shave and shit?
You talking about like to get
The
wax?
Brazilian wax to get like Brazilian wax and stuff.
From my understanding, getting waxed while pregnant like hurts worse. And I can tell you, wax without pregnant hurts. So I can't imagine like hurting worse.
Where do women go when they go to get the Brazilian wax?
Wait, Slimmy, are you that scared of helping a chick to where you wouldn't look out for your
And y'all-
if hypothetically she was pregnant?
I just want to know where women go to get the Brazilian wax. Is that not a
One
spa?
of those nair
No,
things.
shave. Would you help her shave? Is what it's saying.
Listen, man. I just want to know where they go to
Yeah,
get the wax
Slimmy.
done.
Slimmy, you can go to Europe.
I'm not doing that.
Or something like that.
You're not doing what? You're not looking
not
out.
doing that.
Shit.
I'm not saving that
Carry
shit.
your baby
Yes, you will.
for
I
a
think
It's
you
year.
hair,
will.
Slimmy.
You
It's
don't
fucking
shave
hair.
her?
You will.
So you'll put your face in it. You just won't shave it.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is a spa. It is a spa.
That
See,
is
Ava
kind of
told me.
weird.
What you say?
You don't think that that's weird? We'll put our face in it, but we won't shave it.
Right.
We?
No, I'm not shaving that. I'm not shaving that.
We
No.
Anthony eating vagina.
Well, she can
Well,
carry
just keep
your
it
baby.
maintained.
Why you look so disgusted at
Right.
that?
I'm
It's
not
like
shaving that. I'm not
You
shaving
put your
that.
thing in that.
Okay, and
You want it to be
It's
super
not-
hairy, a bush?
listen, man.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Listen.
Please, Molly,
Listen.
do not shave. I appreciate
I am
it.
not. Oh my gosh, I am not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I
What?
like hairy vagina.
I'm
I
not
think
doing
you
that.
would, Slimmy. I
I'm
think
not
you would be
doing
so
that.
in love. You would
Really?
just be like, you know what, I got you.
Right. You gonna let her carry your
Cool.
2-foot baby and deliver and go through all of that. You won't shave her?
Slimmy, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, I definitely believe that if Slimmy does find the one, all of the things that he says he wouldn't do, he's gonna do all of them.
So y'all
I don't
shaving
think that that's
vaginas.
a big
all
deal,
y'all
man.
niggas in the chat shaving vaginas, huh? Huh?
Dog, I don't
I
believe
mean,
that that's a big deal, bro.
Fucking lying. No, I'm not doing that, man.
And
There's
to
a
be
lot
quite
worse things
honest,
in
being
life to do.
pregnant, you're gonna see a lot worse
Worse
things
than
with
a
your
shave.
woman than shaving her vagina, her vaginal area.
Hold on. Give me a second. Slimmy, would you be in the room when she deliver?
I already seen my brother during childbirth. It's not no big deal. I saw
So
that
what
as
the
a
fuck you
10-year-old.
want to shave it for?
I don't want to shave a vagina. Like, why? I don't want to shave it.
But she pregnant and she needs you.
Man,
That's not a
we'll
need.
get somebody.
That's not
We'll bring a woman in from the spa, man. I'm not doing that. I'm not
Bring one in
shaving
from the
that, man.
spa.
Y'all try to vilify me over everything. I don't want to do that.
You must be
We
rich.
don't
don't
wanna do
vilify
that.
you. We trying to understand your logic.
It's not no logic. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. There's no logic. I don't want to do that.
$50 for something you can do yourself.
I don't want to shave a vagina. It's not my profession. I might not be good at it. I don't want to fuck it up.
That's what I was gonna say. Are you nervous you're gonna do it wrong? You think you?
I'm kind of heavy-handed, so I don't even cut hair no more.
Okay, so he's being caring.
No, Slimmy,
You
do
used
it
to fucking
with
cut
the
hair.
guard.
You used to cut hair. That means you understand, big dog.
No, I wasn't good at it. I wasn't good at it.
Well, here's the
I
thing.
just said I was heavy-handed, dog. I was heavy-handed. I don't want to do that. No.
Do it with some clippers
so
and a guard.
you will scrape it to the skin.
I get it now. I
No, I'm good.
Now.
Then it's pregnant, so you know it's already gonna be sensitive. It's gonna already be like probably.
It's pregnant.
Well, she's pregnant. Sorry.
It's so cute.
It's we. No, it's
Nah, I
we.
ain't good.
We are
I don't
pregnant.
want to do that.
Your,
No,
your
I'm
woman will
good.
understand. She will understand. She'd be like, "Don't even worry about it, baby. You just sit there and just hold my hand when I go get waxed. It's
No,
all right."
I don't think it got shit to do with him being scared of messing it up. I don't think they got nothing to do with
She
it.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that.
That boy said it's pregnant. That tells
So
everything.
Slimmy, all right, Slimmy, like, I mean, that's weird.
So you did it that time?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago. I don't remember doing it, but I would have.
Wait a minute.
I'll tell you what. Listen, I'll tell you what, Slimmy. You. I don't know if you know, but if you with somebody long enough, you're gonna do a lot of shit that you didn't realize that you had to do.
I ain't wiping no ass. No, I don't give a fuck what happened. I don't give a fuck what happened. I'm not wiping no shit
That's
out your
fucked
ass.
up, Slimmy. That's fucked up.
I'm not
Slimmy.
wiping no shit out your ass.
That's fucked up, Slimmy.
Y'all
No, it
said
ain't.
Slimmy was gonna get married before me.
No, that's fucked up, Slimmy.
I'm
Because
not
if-
wiping no
Sorry,
shit out
Quentin.
I'm
your
wiping
ass.
ass and shaving vaginas.
I
See?
believe Quentin would do. I'm sorry, Quentin.
That's fucked up, Slimmy. And I'm gonna tell you why it's fucked up, Slimmy. Because if a person is in a position to where they can't do it for themselves, and you telling me that you would abandon them in the time of their need, that's fucked up, Slimmy.
Yep.
I'll be the villain.
Y'all
I'm not doing that.
Y'all picked him
I'm
over
not
me,
doing that.
nigga.
I'm not doing that.
Slimmy, seriously?
That's sick, man. I don't like stuff like that. I don't even want you to use the bathroom. I don't want you to use the bathroom when I'm in your vicinity. I don't like that.
That's not the same.
Scary.
If somebody's incapacitated and they need you, you're telling me you would just.
We're not
walk away
talking
from
about
them?
no one. I'm not doing that. That's 1 in a million. That's a 1 in a million chance.
Slimmy,
So Slimmy, will you have sex with her while she's pregnant?
Hell yeah, he had sex with a pregnant chick.
I want to know. Did you have sex with her while she was pregnant?
We already talked about this.
You won't take
You weren't
care.
here. He had sex with a pregnant chick that wasn't his already.
It wasn't even his? Seriously? So you're running all up through it, but won't take care of it. That's messed up, Slimmy.
Nah, dog, you talking about somebody that needs you. Like, if they can't do it, that nobody would ever want to get their stuff wiped. So obviously, if they asking you to do it, or if it's in a position where they need somebody to do it, I'm sure that they would be more embarrassed to get it done than the person that's doing it. And so that's a need, bro. That's a human thing. That's you know what I'm saying? I gotta hold you
Man,
down.
y'all not about to do this. Y'all not
I'm
about to do this. Y'all not about to do this and talk about one little small instance. That's not about to work. I said I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's it. Everybody say they're not gonna do something. I'm not gonna do that.
You gave 2 instances.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it.
I'm
not doing it. You're not gonna vilify me for some hypothetical that I haven't been faced with.
Why do you keep saying vilify? Nobody is making you a villain. We're just having a
You just said that's fucked up. That's not fucked up. It never happened, and I never had to do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not wiping. I'm just that's something I just won't do.
Slimmy, you being a victim.
I'm not being a victim. You just said I was fucked up because I said I'm not wiping nobody's ass.
Well, Slimmy, will you buy pads?
What?
Will you buy pads and tampons at the store?
Yeah, why wouldn't I? I've done that before. That ain't no big deal.
Just trying to see what a limit is.
Come on, man. Y'all can't compare this to no extremities.
Slimmy, have you ever taken care of a person that was sick?
Yeah.
Like a woman that you like?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
How sick? Like,
no, I wasn't. She wasn't deathly ill. No,
just a little cough due to cold.
Just a little cold. Let me go to the store and get you something.
Make you some.
Yeah, she wasn't. I've never taken care of anyone who was deathly ill. No,
not deathly, but like, what if they you had to help them to the bathroom and you had to stay in the bathroom while they use the bathroom and stuff like? What's
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I think it might be one of those things where
I'm not. Listen, I'm not a nurse. That's not my field. I'm not gonna get into. I'm not gonna do that.
It's
I don't
probably a
want
lot
to
of
see. I don't want to see you using the bathroom. I don't. Man, the most I'm gonna do, you gotta throw up because you drunk too much. I'm gonna hold your hair.
I think
I'm
it's
just not that
probably
type
one
of
of those
person.
things where once you are in the situation, maybe the situation will help you to step beyond what you're thinking since you haven't experienced it. Like I understand you saying that, but I like to think that especially if it's somebody you really care about. So we're talking, this could be your parents, this could be your significant other, this can be your
It
siblings,
literally
this
could
could
be
be
anybody.
so I would like to think that in the event that something comes up like that and all that they have is you in that moment, that you wouldn't be like, I can't do it because, you know what I'm saying? I would like to think that you
Why
would
would
be
you
able to
like to
get
think
beyond
that?
it.
Why do you keep saying you would like to think?
Because I just think that is probably one of those situations where before it happens, you're probably saying like, I can handle it, I can't. And if you're actually in it, you go into I gotta help mode. Like that happened to me personally. I had my mom down here, and at first when she was down here, she could use the bathroom fine. And something happened. Something happened. My dad, she got jacked up a little bit with
We
her.
get it.
She was
You ain't
kind of
gotta go no
discombobulated.
more. We get it.
Anyway, so when she came back, things were a little bit off. So when she went to the bathroom, she was just she was in there for a long period of time. And I went in, I'm like, Ma, are you okay? And she looked kind of like nervous, embarrassed, kind of like what Anton was saying. She was just kind of like discombobulated. And you could tell that she had gone to the bathroom, but she couldn't figure out how to complete the process, if you will. So for me, like, if you would have asked me beforehand, I'd be like, I don't want to wipe anybody's butt. But in that moment, my mom needed me, and I could see her face, like she didn't want to need me, but she needed me. So I just went into what I needed to do. And it actually helped me to put her more at ease, to not focus on myself, but to focus on her. So I'm just saying, I think that certain situations, until you're in it, I understand where you're like, nah, I wouldn't do that. I couldn't do that. But I would like to think that you're a caring enough person and like, I could just take care of this, make this happen person, where if it called for it, you could do it and you would do it. That's all.
Silence.
I done been in some
That nigga said,
situations.
I said what I said, nigga.
No,
No, I
because
mean,
I'm not trying to
listen,
convince him to
Slimmy is
change his
Slimmy.
answer or
Slimmy can do
nothing like
whatever Slimmy
that.
want to do. Slimmy can do whatever Slimmy. I respect, you know what I'm saying, his opinion and, you know, his perspective.
And I
know
hope it wasn't
personally,
coming across like I was trying to change what you said, Slimmy. So
Carrie,
that
you can have an
wasn't.
opinion. It's cool. I don't think
Sorry.
Slimmy cares. I've personally been in a situation where I was so sick and I ain't know what it was. I ain't know if I had food poisoning. I ain't know what the fuck was going on. But I was practically crawling to the bathroom from the bed, trying to figure out what the hell is happening with me. And I don't know, bro. It's like I think that everybody at some point need help. You know what I'm saying? Like you be needing that shit. You just everybody need help, bro. So for me personally, I don't know. I don't see it as a big deal. It's fucking we humans. So I don't look at it like that. Mm-hmm. Now some random nigga off the street, no, but you know, somebody that's around me that I actually care for, I'm not gonna let them suffer like that. Nah. So no, Rita didn't have to wipe me. I wasn't that type of situation. But like I had to throw up, you know what I'm saying? And I would be trying to clean up behind myself after I threw up or whatever. And she'd be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Just get in the bed, help me into the bed, and then she would clean up after me and then come and check my temperature and shit like that. And it was that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't seen that shit before. But you know what? I do kind of understand Slimmy because, like, for example, he's never had a kid. Then if you ain't never had a kid or you ain't never had to take care of a kid for an extended period of time to where the kid gets sick or the kid get constipated or any of that type of stuff,
Or the kid has a blowout up the back.
Yeah, real talk. Then it'll change things. You know what I'm saying?
Disgusting.
I think it kind of makes it not that big of a deal because you would just be used to, you know what I'm saying, dealing with having to care for somebody or something that can't care for itself. So I understand it. You know what I'm saying? It's a life choice. But I think Slimmy would do it. I think he would do it. And the reason that I think Slimmy would do it is because if anybody has ever met Slimmy in real life, Slimmy is the nicest, most caring person ever. So I don't think that Slimmy would not do it. I don't. I really don't.
I ain't shaving no
calling
pregnant box.
You said you're not shaving.
I'm not shaving it. No.
Do you wash your chicken before you eat it? Before you cook it?
Hell yeah.
I'm just wondering. So you'll clean that up, but you won't clean up the rest of your food.
Come on, man.
There's
That's a
stuff that
horrible
comes out of
analogy.
box,
You could get
though.
salmonella.
Yeah, that's
You can get
horrible.
salmonella
Horrible.
if you don't clean chicken.
Just asking.
There's excretions that come out of box, and they don't come out of chicken.
Quentin would do it too.
Not a
Don't
thing.
get Quentin talks
I
so much
would
shit.
do it, but I understand, nigga. You can't compare cleaning a chicken to a fucking vagina.
I'm just asking. Do you clean
So
your
you will put. So wait a minute. Hold on. Quentin is the
Where
person
did that come from, Kim?
Quentin. Come on, man. Stop it, Quentin.
Quentin, what?
Nothing, bro. I love you.
I don't even like shaved vaginas, so I wouldn't do it for that reason.
Sky Dweller TV says Kanye West became a billionaire trashing Jews. Clavetta Drew says, just wanted to say hey to everyone at the meetup once again. Shout out to Clavetta. Can't wait for the next one. Shout out to all of y'all. Greatness to Work says, Slimmy on point. Go listen to JFK's speech. They got him silenced. Myron broke it down last week as well. Obi-Wan the homie says, so the moon landings are fake too. Get the fuck out of here.
They are.
Levante Live says, AD, will you be talking about the healthcare scam? Probably tomorrow.
No.
Showcase Classics says, respect to the panel in the chat. Shout out to Showcase Classics. I love you, bro. Telg says, 2K then shapeshifted into Kimmy.
That's crazy.
Seen 2K looked away, looked back, and Gemini was right there. Olivia says, what if we believed what the left says today? Hi, what up, Olivia? We appreciate you. Front row at the fight says, gives a new meaning to the box fade. Oh, God. Ivy League says, when my wife was pregnant, I shaved her several times. I used to tell her, lean back on that pillow and open them legs, girl. Oh, my God. Great. See, I don't know. Rachel Lee says, American did genocide twice. First with the Native Americans and slavery. American did so many world crimes is wild. All right. Reaper CDO says, Anton, do you and the panel agree that society would be better if men abolished child support and alimony in 2026?
Fuck no. Hell no.
I think it's circumstantial. I think everything is circumstantial.
You know how many fucking more baby mamas, single families, if niggas ain't gotta have shit? Niggas will be shooting up the club that's worse than they are now.
305 Nika says, Slimmy, shave it, man. Man, just shave it, son. Green Anaconda says, if I can't pick it, I can't stick it. Nelly says, you will want help if it were you. Phil Jr. says, be careful, Slimmy, what comes around goes around. 22 Karat Gold says, your love for someone will override your disgust in most emergency situations. Brown Eyes says, did you hear that Trump was offered $16 million by CBS for that Kamala interview? And 6'8" Aquarius says, my ex had surgery and couldn't use the bathroom without help for like 3 days. So I had to wipe her and walk her to and from the bathroom. I lost sleep for 3 days, but because she was my girl, it wasn't a problem. Shout out to you, 6'8" Aquarius. We appreciate you, big dog.
She your ex now, so you did all that for nothing, bro.
No, that's not true. You did it because it's the right thing to do. All right, let's move over to the next thing. I'll continue to read super chats throughout the show. Let's go over to Paul Pierce. So Paul Pierce was having a conversation with the girl that he has a podcast with on Truth After Dark on their platform. So shout out to them. And this is a little bit of what he had to say as a result of it. Let me know what y'all think about this.
Tired of these females who cooked after 30. I'm gonna say it like that. cooked.
Okay, so you're personally attacking me, so I would like to know.
How am I attacking you?
Because I'm after 30, so I'm cooked.
Yeah. 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 Listen.
I'm crying.
Yes, dog. Listen, dog. Guys is over here like, yo, prime is 25 to 30. Let's keep it 100.
But let me say this. I hear exactly what you're saying, right? I've heard it before. People have said it. Women age like milk, men age like fine wine. I've heard it 1,000 times, right? For me personally, I'm going to say this. Me, maybe I am cooked, but you know what? I'm cooked and it tastes delicious because I was not given what it needed to give when I was in my 20s. I didn't know my body. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know how to fuck. I didn't know how to suck. I didn't know how to throw it back. Now I could do all of those things plus more. I understand who I am as a woman. My emotional maturity is here. And at the end of the day, I know that it feels like there's women who are jaded because they've been with so many men and now they're cooked. I understand that perspective. But personally, for me, I feel so into my bag as a 30-year-old because...
And then after 34, 35, man, think about this. When I cook some food, all right, it's cooked, right? Now I ate some, then it's leftovers. Then I put it in the refrigerator. After so many days, you got to throw it out. You know what I'm saying?
This is great.
Like,
so he mind that shit out on the go, nigga.
Man, that was like the worst analogy ever.
Nah, that nigga, he talked himself through that shit in time, nigga.
Oh, that's horrible.
He sound like Cat
when you think about it.
Carrie, would you like to hear the analogy one more time?
No, he sounds just like Cat
Give me
Williams.
a second, Carrie. Let me go ahead and let him play it over again. Hold on.
When I cook some food, all right, it's cooked, right? Now I ate some, then it's leftovers. Then I put it in the refrigerator. After so many days, you got to throw it out. You know what I'm saying?
This is crazy.
Like, how long do Thanksgiving food last after Thanksgiving? How many days we giving it? 3?
3, nigga.
Then you throw it out.
He just made that shit up on the fly.
Man, that was horrible.
He was like, if you really think about it.
So I cooked the food, right? It's cooked. What? Then I put it in the refrigerator. It's leftovers. I gotta throw it out now.
Did he give any specific examples of what he sees as cooked in a woman that's 30? Or was he just saying she was cooked because she was 30?
I didn't watch the full thing. He did go on to say, I did watch a lot more of it, a little bit more of it. He did go on to say that it's not that he doesn't like cooked food.
Jesus.
But he's not
just
sure.
Don't last on the fresh shit.
He likes sushi.
He's not sure if he wants to hold on to it, is what he's saying. So, any thoughts? I'm gonna start off with Molly, that wanted additional context. Any thoughts on Paul Pierce saying that women 30 and over are cooked?
My first thought when men say that is just because women 30 and over typically cost more money. They have more bills, mortgages, more things that men have to buy outside of shoes and purses. So I think that's one thing that a lot of men don't like. But I don't think women over 30 are cooked to men because most men have said they've lost their virginity to an older woman. I know a lot of men who like older women. These YNs love these 30 plus women. So, and I know he was married and she definitely was well over 30 while they were married at one point. So I think it's just content. Men say a lot of things, but women over 30, they're still getting buzzed down. They're still getting flown out.
Not the point.
I don't know what the point is then. How are they cooked when they're still being like
No
they're
one wants
probably
you
put
to
more on
take
a
care of your
pedestal by
before they
men
shoot and
more
marry you.
than younger women are.
That's not true. That's not true.
How
They're cooked. That's all
not? Like
that's all they're good for is to stick our fucking penises in. That's it. That's it.
but
That's what he means by
y'all
cooked.
feel that about women in general. What
They're
is
cooked.
it that makes
No
a
one wants to
30-year-old
marry an
cooked?
old. You're old. Your vagina is worn out. Your body parts are
Y'all
sagging
can't
north, south.
y'all can't say that
Is
because
what
you got plastic surgery these days. You got women with
we
no
can
kids in
say.
their
We can say
20s
that.
who look like they've had children and they've never had a child before. You have these 18-year-olds. You got girls in high school getting bust down, getting trains run on them. So I don't know how y'all could say that they're not ran through, but everybody else is. Y'all got to make it
Well,
make
y'all
sense a
are
little
ran
bit
through
more.
because
In the
y'all are all
2025s,
whores.
in the 2025s, I think it like it's just a played out. It's funny, I guess, but y'all don't practice what y'all preach. Women in their 30s is still getting motion from men. You got a woman in her 40s busting out a baby for a 20-something-year-old millionaire, multi-millionaire. So another one pregnant by a
Ano-
multi-millionaire basketball player
Another
that's
one. Another
over
one.
30.
Another one.
It ain't stopping nothing.
Another
These
one.
women over
Well,
30, they
you always go to the rich people anomalies to prove your point, and it doesn't.
it's
That's not how it
older.
works.
We are seeing an
This
increase of women in their
and mass,
40s
this ain't
having a
happening.
baby for the first time. So that
And
age
mass,
ain't
this ain't
stopping nothing.
happening.
Women
And
in their
mass, this
30s
ain't
and
happening.
40s are still having children. Somebody
They're,
busting them
they're not getting
down.
married. They're not getting
How
married.
are you gonna say they're not getting married? It's a lot of women in their 30s and 40s that are married and having kids.
Not getting married past 30 is what he's saying.
These younger girls are not getting
And
married.
mass.
I mean, y'all just have to substantiate y'all argument outside of just
Well, you
not
have
liking
to. You're just saying
females
it
because
ain't
they
happening.
females and y'all
You don't
aren't
have no
females.
point. You just say it ain't happening or it is happening. You don't substantiate
From a
your
woman's
argument ever.
perspective, I don't see a woman being 30 plus. I don't see that being a deal breaker for y'all at all in any way. That's all. Psh, they getting paid. I'm sorry, these other women are getting paid. And every woman 30, I've heard they always say life is way better for them. Women in their 40s always say they say life is way better for them than it was in their 20s and 30s. So
Then why are
maybe
women
it's
like?
men
Why are
that
y'all
hit
the
the
most?
wall after 30.
Why
Maybe
are
it's
women the
y'all and
most people that get evicted?
y'all just try
Why
to
are women the
project it
most
off
people that
on
get evicted if
women.
they have all these men paying for
Y'all
them?
can't even hold on to y'all
Why are the
hairline
ones
after y'all
getting
20s.
foreclosed on? They're getting evicted, but you have all these men paying for them. Why is that the case?
It's one thing if you have a strong, independent woman. I'm not talking about them. Some women choose that life.
The numbers
I'm just
say
saying,
women
a
get
woman being
ousted from their
30
homes
plus,
more than men, but according to Molly, they're all getting paid for by somebody.
I didn't say they were all getting paid for. I'm just saying it's not stopping nothing. Y'all are still busting them down. Y'all are still doing stuff for them. I
Well,
ain't seen,
so
and trust me, I was just out in Detroit not too long ago. This lady was in her 50s. I heard her talking. This boy was 20 something. He was trying to bust her down. He was
yeah,
excited
Why is
so
it
the
about it.
thing,
hard getting having sex? Not what he's
wait,
talking about.
yeah,
It
yeah.
don't matter. It
Getting
doesn't
buzzed.
matter. How
Did
Oh
they get
yeah,
Faulkner
cooked though if
say
y'all still
married?
having sex with
wait,
them?
I don't think he
wait.
said married though. Did he say married? I just
You
heard him
also
say
didn't listen to the whole thing, did you know?
that.
What you
I'm
so mad
asking a
for,
question. Why
Quentin?
are you
Why you so
mad?
I'm
mad?
just saying you
I
can't
just
say you
said
didn't say nothing. You didn't listen to the whole
Quentin.
thing.
I just said I didn't hear him say married. Did he say married? So if you heard it, why can't you
Go
just say
listen to the
I
whole
heard
thing,
the whole thing?
Carrie, go
Oh,
listen to the whole thing.
well, or
No,
you
just
did
tell
you
her.
listen to it? If he said
Just
if
tell
he was
her.
talking
He
about
was
married
talking
people,
about marriage, not just having sex. When we have these conversations about women getting old, it's always about getting married. It's not about just fucking you guys, because all you motherfuckers always ever say is, I've been engaged 3 times. Nigga, we ain't talking about that. We talking about motherfucking getting married. That's what we always talking about.
Not every woman
Stop
wants
who's
to
so
being
get married,
oblivious.
mad?
Quentin. Not every
Who's being
woman aspires
oblivious?
for marriage.
You
And
just
then it's like
ran.
y'all be in y'all 20s and 30s as males taking blue chews and honey packs because
Well,
y'all can't
so
get erections. And
well,
y'all want to talk
wait.
about,
How do you
oh,
know
Well,
that?
hold on,
How do you know that in
y'all
real
was
life
just
that
making
that happens?
commercials and talking about it on the internet.
Hold Molly, the only
Y'all can't get
problem with
them
what you're
dangalangs
saying.
up, but y'all want
Wait,
to talk about a 30-year-old.
Molly. The only problem with what you're saying is this is low key advocating for women. We just talked about this, for women to, one, go to the highest bidder, two, be treated like prostitutes. Like,
How? I didn't
yes, it
advocate
is.
for that.
It is though, because Quentin is saying like, hey, a dude will bust you down, but he won't wife you.
You don't know that
So
women.
wait.
Y'all got to get off the
You
internet. In reality,
gotta let
women
me
are getting
land.
married in their
But
30s
you
and
gotta let me
40s.
land though too. You gotta let me land. I haven't said anything about this. The problem is like you can't make it seem like just because a dude will bust a woman down, that is favorable for a woman. That's not favorable for a woman, because a woman's priority and her job is to secure a man. That's what she's supposed to be doing. She's supposed to secure the man. When they just knocking her off and they're using her and they just knocking her off and kicking her away, they are cooked. So he's right in that aspect.
How do you
Where
know that's
you're
what's
right in the
happening?
what? Hold on, Molly. Hold on. Where you're right in the aspect of dudes not having dick discipline and just going and knocking off a bunch of random females that they have no, they don't give a fuck about them. And then they getting diseases and stuff like that. In that aspect, you're right. Using too many, because they probably having too much sex, using Bluetooths at a young age. That's fucked up, man. They shouldn't be doing that shit. They watching too many commercials or experimenting, listening to, going into the Diddy files, whatever they doing. They shouldn't be doing that shit, because they shouldn't be using Bluetooths. I ain't never used none of that shit. I ain't never had no problems. Like, if you start fucking with a woman who you really into, you won't ever have to worry about that shit. Now, if you unless you really got ED, then that's fucked up. But
Or if you're a freaky ass
what
nigga.
both of y'all are saying is right in a way. But Molly, you can't just be going off the hinges like that and just disregarding the fact that women aren't being chose for wives. They're being chose for sex, and that's it.
So y'all choosing women in their 20s as wives, because I don't see no women in their 20s getting married. Most of them don't even want to
Well,
have kids. So
what you
who are
leaving
y'all
out?
marrying?
What you
Well,
did
you're
leave out is you
wrong.
was talking.
You're wrong.
What you left out is you was talking about them 18-year-olds doing all that extra shit. Them 40-year-olds, them 30-year-olds, they was doing the same shit too. So they just
Okay,
passed
so
the
what's
buck.
the issue? So if nothing's
I mean,
changed,
you
it's
was
just
making it seem
outdated.
like
Y'all keep
it
saying
was
that, but
just the younger
it's
girls. That's what I'm saying. It
no,
was that
y'all just
the
say stuff. Y'all
30-year-olds, the
just say
40-year-olds, the
stuff to say stuff.
50-year-olds,
At this
the
point,
60-year.
men on
No,
the internet
no.
just talking.
How?
Y'all just be talking because y'all just talk and y'all are never a representation of what y'all talk about or advocate for ever. Like saying 30-year-old women is cooked, but being married to somebody, even if y'all not married today, to somebody who was over 30, like had kids, why didn't you turn her in then after she turned 20, after she turned past 25?
What are you
All the women are
saying?
not cooked.
I
Y'all
don't know
just
what
say
you're
that
talking
to
about,
Are
make
you
Molly.
yourself
saying
I'm
get
kind of
married and
superior
lost.
then divorce them when
because
they're
y'all
I'm
30?
start
lost.
Like,
getting
what are you
unattractive
saying?
after y'all hit 30 most times.
No,
That's
I'm lost
all.
on this one, Molly. I ain't gonna
I'm
cap.
just saying. Most men ain't attractive. We've said that on the panel before, but all of a sudden y'all just glow up and when y'all hit 30 and women don't.
Huh? I
I've
don't
seen
know
so
where
many
we.
baddies. I think it's women who kind of like a lot of these older women, they 30s and 40s look better than these younger women. They dress better, they're cleaner, they smell better. Like, I don't know what y'all are talking about. Y'all just be talking. It's
That's
at the
not
point y'all just be
true.
talking as
You
men.
just be talking because it's not
I,
true.
I never said any of that
More
stuff.
women get
But
married
y'all be
before
having
30
younger
than
men that
don't.
listen to y'all, and
More
then
women
it's
get
like they
married before
crashing
30
out.
than don't.
Huh?
More women get married before 30 than don't.
These days,
Yes.
they are.
It's 60 to 40%. Yes.
And these men
I
is just after they turn 25, men is divorcing them and leaving them because
I have
30 is
a
hitting the wall.
I have a preference
No, y'all
for
sound dumb.
No
women
one
that
said that.
are
You made that up.
closer to my age. I would never ever talk to a chick that's under 30 years old personally. I understand what Paul Pierce is saying, but I think it's preference. I couldn't talk to no young bitch, bro. I'd be around them. Them hoes they can't think
Stop.
straight.
Stop.
Why am I stopping? I said it's a preference. I don't have no problem with people that want to talk to chicks as long as they above the age of whatever. You know what I'm saying? But just in general, like I prefer to be around women that I can actually talk to. And it's not like talking to a fucking kid. I don't want to talk to a chick that talking emojis. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be around a chick that texts all day. I don't want to talk to a chick that, and that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Just in general. Like, I think I hate being around young hoes. Like, they too young in the mind. And it just is what it is. So I have a preference for older women. I don't like, and again, I don't think it's anything wrong, but I don't want to be around a chick that talking emojis. You know what I'm saying? It's just not my thing personally. So
here we go. Here we go. As long as that nigga start growing, it's gonna go left.
I don't. Me and Kim was outside at the meetup. We was talking and kicking it, and it was kind of refreshing to just. It's refreshing to talk to people, and I'm not even talking about like on no romantic type shit, but even just like kicking it with people one on one. Is dope to talk to people that actually, you know what I'm saying, know what the fuck they talking about, whose brains is fully developed. I don't want to talk to a bitch if her brain is not fully developed. That's me personally. I know that women's brains don't fully develop until they in their mid-20s. I don't want to talk to an underdeveloped chick mentally. I'm not even talking about looks. I'm not talking physically and none of that. I don't want to have a conversation. Somebody saying you can mold them. I don't want to mold you. I just want to pick something that's already molded. You know what I'm saying? I want to kick it with people that's already there.
Kim said she was 24.
Okay.
So again, that's me. And I think that people can ask for whatever they want to ask for. I see some of these what do they call it? I see some of y'all niggas hospice wives.
Hospice.
What's that? What is a hospice wife?
So
what is that?
That's
the die tomorrow, nigga.
That's when you get done doing.
Oh, you get an older chick. She about to die.
But you're real old, and then you get a chick to take care of you when you only married so you can get a chick to take care of you. So you get a hospice wife.
Oh, you the old one.
Right.
Oh shit.
Nah,
no can do.
I agree, Seti. Said Anton is speaking for a circle. A lot of these chicks, women over 30 is not there. Agreed. I'm not saying that all women over 30 is there, but then that would also mean that we'd have to have a conversation about the opposite. We'd have to say every chick that's under 30 is not there either. Because a lot of these chicks that y'all get with this under 30, they be driving y'all through the ringer, nigga. She gonna give you a heart attack. You not built like that. You're gonna be just like you're gonna be like Faison Love on that movie. What was that movie? That marriage movie with Vince Vaughn. And you're gonna be trying to keep up with this little young hoe, and you're not even gonna like what you're doing.
I remember that.
I forgot what the name of that movie. Couples Retreat. That's fun. That movie is so fucking funny to me. You're gonna be like Faison Love on Couples Retreat, trying to hang out with a chick that want to go to the club. I don't want to go to the club. I'm not interested in going to the club. I would like to go to a cigar lounge. I like going to the bar. I like kicking it in certain spots. I don't want to go to the club. I'm not waiting in a line to get in the club. That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to chill. I like to be on the rooftop. I like to do grown man shit. Them little young hoes, they like to sit in the nosebleeds. I used to sit in the nosebleeds when I used to go to events and concerts and basketball games. I'm not taking a chick that can't go anywhere where she hasn't already been. If you've never experienced this before, I'm not taking you for the first time. I don't want to try to impress you. I want somebody that had already been there before. I want a chick that
do
can
agree with
suggest
that.
to me some shit that is more aligned with what it is that I'm already doing. So I'm just in a different space. I don't want to. That's all y'all niggas see. Keep getting them young bitches. Nigga, you gonna end up just like Shannon Sharp. Keep getting with them little young hoes. Yeah. You gonna be Shannon, nigga. See, it's funny because all of y'all niggas was all on Shannon. Yeah, man, you shouldn't have been dealing with them little young hoes. Then all of a sudden, now y'all niggas is on that same shit. You wishy-washy, bro. First, y'all was telling us that's how Shannon got caught up. Now you saying you want the same thing. I'm missing out on what? I ain't missing out on nothing.
Young box. More viscous.
I think they all cooked.
You gotta be with a chick that got something to lose, nigga, just like you.
Facts.
You're not with a chick that got something to lose, nigga, that's how you get me too.
Facts.
That's my opinion, anyways.
Facts. That's why I date 50 plus. Thanks.
I love it when niggas say that I sound ignorant. I can't be sounding ignorant, nigga. I'm richer than you. I'm more successful than you. I've never had a place.
That's fucked up.
I can't be ignorant. I mean, if I'm beating you, if I beat you in every single aspect of life, every last one of them, every litmus in life that you can judge a man based off of what his success looks like, I beat you. How can I speak out of ignorance, bro?
I agree.
You gotta stop throwing ad hominem attacks and start substantiating your argument. I can't lose, nigga, because me and you in person, we not the same. I'm a winner, you a loser. I'm a winner, you a loser. When I come in the room, they say, it's time. When you come in the room, they say, hey, nigga, check that nigga pockets and make sure he not here. He don't look like he's supposed to be here.
Facts.
We not the same, nigga. Trust me.
Facts.
We're not the same. When I show up, everybody go, oh my God. When you show up, they say, who is this nigga? You can't say no shit like that to me.
Some woman this weekend asked, she goes, am I supposed to know you?
To who?
To me. And I was like, no, why? She's like, well, I just saw 10 people come up to you and shake your hand, and I feel like I'm supposed to know you.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
I was like, no, I'm just a normal nigga. It was kind of funny.
And I respect people's preferences, but just don't tell me that, nigga, I don't know what I'm talking about. Nigga, I done lived this life 4 times over.
I'm nervous.
So, but I respect other people's preferences. If they prefer chicks that's under 30, long as she ain't under 16, nigga, we good. Long as she's not under 16, we good, bro. Long as she's not under 17, 18, y'all good.
What are we talking about?
I have no problems with you whatsoever. Long as you ain't on no illegal shit. So.
No, I don't have a white girl taking care of me.
5 feet tall. That's about how long my dick is.
Stop.
King dick, nigga. I got a king dick walk.
I'm out of here.
I have a king dick walk. I have a walk that's like, damn, I know that nigga is just king dick.
Kim looking at me like, I don't believe
Imagine you niggas at 6'5" and got a little penis though. Nigga, that's worse. That's 10 times worse. Imagine being a tall nigga with a little dick. Nigga, that is embarrassing.
Why?
To be a tall nigga with a little dick?
Why? Most women just like normal dicks, and they're like, I'm bringing that big old thing over her.
Nigga, you can't shame me. I exceed all expectations in life.
That's what most women say, nigga. Don't bring that shit over here. Just saying.
Nigga, you the one that got to be worried. Because I'm gonna be climbing them trees, nigga, fucking the shit out your chick. I'm sending that bitch back to you. Don't
Can't
shame
sit
him.
here.
We both long in different ways. He just long in his arms, nigga. That's it. That nigga just
How do
good
we
for
get here?
that nigga good for cleaning shit at the shelf. That nigga just good for cleaning shit at the top shelf. He good for getting the cheeses down, nigga. He gonna be a good grocery stock worker. That's what you are, nigga. You a grocery stock working ass nigga.
Off the
That's
Jesus.
what you good for. Anyway, anybody else got anything to say before we continue on with the show?
I don't think there's anything left to say.
I want to give y'all an opportunity to get your thoughts off.
Nah, we good.
All right. Guess we can move on to the next thing. I know y'all like my rants. Y'all love my rants.
Carrie, are you eating gummy worms? What is that?
No, she eating weed gummies.
Apple.
I just had a red part.
Carrie, you can't be this fucking pure. I'm not going for this shit.
She's not. She's not.
To be eating the apple?
You're not. She's not.
Eating the apple is pure?
She gonna get off here and go get some fucking ice cream.
What are y'all talking about?
When Carrie got saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, she turned a whole new leaf. She don't eat no gummies. She eat apples.
She's gonna eat a whole pint of ice cream, Bluebell.
I told y'all what my weakness was. I told them what my weakness was.
Guys, I only eat apples and listen to Ty Tribbett, okay?
First of all, I did not say I only eat apples. Secondly, I like Ty Tribbett, but I don't listen to him like that.
What's your weakness, Carrie?
Ice cream, nigga.
Ice cream.
Oh, I like ice cream.
Yeah.
Lactose intolerant. I can't fuck with it.
Carrie, I got a whole bag of apples. Don't feel bad.
Oh,
Thank you. Wait, are those golden delicious?
Yes.
Ooh.
Wow. That's so awkward.
I haven't seen those in a minute.
I love golden delicious.
This is awkward. Can you read the super chat? What the fuck are we talking about?
I'm letting them get their shit off. Let them talk about
Are
that.
these golden delicious? What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I don't like the way that sounds.
That's the type of apple she just lifted up, y'all.
Golden delicious apples. That's what they're called. I need y'all to eat more fruits and
Well, y'all
vegetables.
just eat apples. You just call your apples
Apples.
apples.
I just get the ones at the checkout counter at 7-Eleven.
Oh, the ones that's real good are
Honey Crisp are my favorite.
Why do you know the name?
No, I like.
I know a lot of the names of the apples.
She just can't chop them up fast. That's all.
I can actually do that because I have an apple corer. No, I can do apples really quick because I have an apple corer and then I use my paring knife to slice them up real quick.
She just can't chop them up quick. Don't worry about it.
Whatever.
Carrie needs special devices to do faster stuff in the kitchen.
Why are they saying stuff? What did you do, Anton?
About what?
Why did you scroll up?
What did I do about what? What did I do this time?
I used to like Red Delicious. Red Delicious, I don't like them like I used to.
Carrie, do you have? You gotta have one coherent thought.
Coherent, not co-parent thought. She said one co-parent thought.
I don't know what she's talking about. She going all over the place.
What were you?
She said I did something.
Why were they calling HR?
Go. So back to the apples. Pink Lady apple.
Okay.
Really good. Like, let it go.
Yeah, Pink Lady. I do Pink Lady too because Honeycrisp. Because I only do organic apples, so Honeycrisp sometimes is a little up there. They trip out with their price sometimes. So Pink Lady, Gala, Honeycrisp. I used to love Macintosh, but I can't find them organic. I grew up on Macintosh.
Let me read the super chat.
Do you also eat grass-fed beef?
Oh,
I do. Every now and again. Beef doesn't sit well with me like it used to.
Thanks, Quentin. Appreciate you, bro.
Carrie, you effectively changed the subject, though. So
I did. Okay.
Nicole Lowe says,
I'm gonna rewind back because he clearly was doing something.
I didn't even do nothing.
Are you telling the truth?
Talking about tonight?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
What is going on
What
here?
did I do? I didn't do nothing.
Why they say HR?
It was probably a delay. They was probably delayed because he went on that rant, and they were just not seeing it.
Oh, he went on a rant.
No, I didn't. I didn't go on no rant.
Wait, where'd you go, Carrie?
I had to go help somebody.
Oh, you weren't. I thought you was there.
Slimmy, I just said I didn't go on a rant. What are you trying to do?
Are you lying?
No, I wasn't no rant.
He is the worst wingman in the world, bro.
I didn't know he was gone.
Slimmy
do be saying some shit out of pocket.
I did not know she was gone.
She'd be like, I thought she said she sucked your dick.
No, I would never do that. I would never do that. No. That's what I want. I ain't gonna do that.
He was talking about his mushroom. You were talking about your mushroom?
Look what he got me into. I didn't even say nothing like that.
Somebody said
he
his
was trying to talk
mushroom
about
tip.
that. Oh,
Anton.
no, he didn't
How
say
did
that.
y'all get on
He
that?
didn't
What
say-
y'all were talking about?
He
We took
didn't
our
say
clip.
that.
Y'all be snitching. Why y'all snitch so much?
That's Slimmy.
I didn't know. That's not me. I thought Carrie was here.
Oh my
I'm
God.
editing photos.
I'm not
I
even
wasn't
gonna
looking at the
rewind it.
screen.
I'm
This
not
is
gonna
all
I blacked
Slimmy's
myself
fault.
out.
let it be.
What are
This
you
is
looking
all.
at?
This is all Slammy's fault.
I'm
I was
just gonna
editing
leave it be.
photos.
This is all Slimmy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the L. I mean, it was my fault, but I didn't realize that's what was going
You
on.
brought up
I
that
thought
topic?
I thought Carrie was here the whole time.
Oh my God.
Because she went off at this. I thought she went off at the same time I did.
I know not to commit a crime in front of you.
I mean, I ain't gonna call the police.
No, you're just gonna tell them what happened when they get there.
I'm on my own fucking business. I'm on my own motherfucking business.
Why you go off camera, Anton?
I'm trying to read the super chats.
Okay.
Slimmy watched the Mafa 21 documentary, Real Black Historians Tell the Truth About Hitler and Eugenics. Timeout says, all I heard is I spit hot fire. Jaquin Rice says, call Molly out on her BSQ. Chris Cool says, I always like older women 30 and up. Rage King Leo says, women are 30 plus crying, asking where all the men at. Molly just be yapping. Let Q Diddy cook. Let him cook. Who y'all? Y'all hear the grill sizzling, says Nelly. Tony Adams says Molly is proving the analogy to be true. 30 plus getting ran through by YNs, leftovers in the fridge 3 days and going grocery shopping. Archie Lucky 7 says to the women on the panel, do you believe women can be losers in life? If so, what are the descriptors? Well, we'll come back to that one. I'm gonna hold that one on. I'm gonna hold on to that one. Chef G Rap says numbers don't support your argument, Sister Molly. Jaquin Rice says Q is right. Why do women always conflate intimacy with a relationship? Jaquin Rice. Well, okay, let me answer this question real quick. The reason that women conflate intimacy with a relationship is because historically, the way that you knew who the person was that you were supposed to be with, even to the point of marriage, was whoever it is that you had sex with. So women are not. Our natural instincts is to operate based off of our true capacity. It's based off of what we were truly meant for. What you see happening today in 2025 and beyond is a lot of people are jumping from relationship to relationship. So we artificially change the rules of the game, but we're still at our core who we are. So when you see people naturally moving a certain way, for most women that have an emotional connection with a guy that they having sex with, in their mind, subconsciously or consciously, they believe that they are in a relationship. Which is why they then become territorial over the man that they're having sex with. They have to train themselves to detach themselves mentally to think that they're not in a relationship or to adapt to modern times based off of the cultural standards in order for them to be able to have that detached relationship, to have casual sex. So a lot of people don't understand that. If you really understand the history of how humans came to be and why we have evolved to where we are in 2025 and what the culture is like, then you will understand how people are and why nature says that women often will say, well, I can get a guy or guys like me, or I can have sex with a guy, but they automatically by default transition that into being, we go together, we're in a relationship, because usually marriage was described as the person that you had sex with. All right, there you go. This is why people call Molly a feminist. She only understands the double standards that benefit women.
Facts.
Tony Adams says reheating leftovers after 3 days will hurt your stomach. You cannot wash salmonella off your fork. You'll need a shot for that.
Why did they bumble that like that?
You can only be a philosopher with a young tender, but a woman over 30, you can have a conversation. Nerd Fitness says, I'm outside. These older women just easier and chase younger men. We're not taking them seriously. They damage goods. They just a story to tell. Tell G says, when it comes to debating, Molly's strength is Slimmy's weaknesses. And Slimmy's strength is Molly's weakness. Nelly says AD is undefeated 1,000-0 undisputed. Joshua says Slimmy and Q should have asked Molly, is Jazz cooked? Then she'd be like, well, since you put it that way, just playing Molly. Sterling says Carrie looked like she just took a shot. Aaron Smitty says the apple, the sugar bee is fire. Darth Anton turning husbands into cuckolds. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm gonna hold on to one of those super chats. It was about women. All right, that's Archie.
Women
Archie
asking.
Lovers. I'm gonna come back to you, big dog, because I'm gonna ask that question to the ladies. In the meantime, I want to ask y'all another question about Nelly and Ashanti going viral. I'm not sure if y'all seen this, but I'm gonna play the clip for you guys. And it kind of goes back to a little bit of what Slimmy was talking about. All right. So here's Nelly and Ashanti, I guess, on their new show. And this is what he's telling her about if and when they have children. And this is what he had.
He's about to go on tour for 200,000 million days. And I hate it. I don't like it at all. That's a long time.
No, it is. It is. It's back and forth periodically. 3 weeks here, 2 weeks back. 2 months.
Actually is catching a lot of flack over the idea that he's basically leaving Ashanti to care for the child for the majority of the child's youth. He's saying that he's not changing no diapers. He's not getting up at night to help with the kids. He's not doing any of that type of thing. And people are now basically turning on Nelly. Of course, the internet gonna do whatever the internet do. But the women are now having a large conversations about the value of relationships and saying that they don't want men that don't participate in the children's lives as far as helping them when the children are infants. Carrie, how do you feel about this?
I think that that's a normal conversation. I think that that is such a real part of the parenting process. Like, at least it was for me. Like, and that's been the case with, like my friends. I think I had one friend who was able to come up with an arrangement where her husband took the nights and she took the mornings, or like he took the mornings and she took the nights. But everybody else, it's like when the baby cries, you hear it first. And it does suck because I think that we're made like that. Even the times where you might want to just sit there and be like, I'm gonna wait for him to wake up. You're not, like, you can't do it. You can't do it. So he's kind of right. It sounds messed up. It is kind of a gift, but I think y'all also innately know that we're gonna tend to the baby. I think it seems unfair, but it's kind of like, it is what it is. It comes with the territory, I think, of having a baby. I'm sure there's some men who maybe they're just really, really on it and like that's their thing, but in general, I don't know.
Kim, what do you think about that conversation between Nelly and Ashanti?
As far as him sleeping through it, I do think it's kind of like Carrie says. I think it's like something ingrained in the mom to like wake up when the kid wakes up. And I don't think that the dad hears it the way that the mom does. Like the baby can turn over and mom will hear it across the house, you know, but a dad is not going to hear that same thing or feel those same things because he didn't carry this kid for a year.
9 months.
You said what?
He said 9 months. It's closer to a year than not. But in any event, if so, in a regular relationship, I'm not going to say theirs because I don't know if she's working, but in a regular relationship, if she's at home, let's say on maternity leave, then it makes sense to me for her to be doing the majority of the caretaking, the majority of the diaper changes, that kind of thing. I do think that it benefits the man and the baby for him to take part in taking care of the child when they're young, but I also think that he's probably going to, depending on whether or not it's male or female, take the majority of this work later on. Like she's not going to be out. Gonna say I don't think that she's going to be outside playing catch and teaching him how to change the oil or cut the grass or things like that nature. Assuming it's a boy, but I don't know what they have.
Molly, what's your thoughts on this situation? Do you think that Nelly should be catching flack for his admitted lack of assistance with helping with the child?
No, I don't think he should be being criticized because I feel like I feel like he's just operating like a normal male. I feel like he have a little bit of arrested development. He seems a little childish for his age, but I think that's normal. And he's an entertainer. And if he has to go make some money and if his job is to go and travel, you got to let him do what he has to do. Like, why do you want him there all day long? The baby's better off with her and her. I don't know. I just feel like some women just want and expect too much. Because at
Does
one
that
point in history,
change?
men would go off for a long time, and the woman or the women, would be doing what they have to do.
Does that change if she's also working? Because it is known that Ashanti does tour a lot, and I think she even might have been touring when she was pregnant. I'm not sure exactly. Does that change when she actually has to participate and work also?
Does what change? Like, as far as should he be there because she has to work too?
So let's say, for example, let's remove Nelly and Ashanti, right? Let's take a regular guy and a regular woman, and let's say that they both work. You know what I'm saying? They let's say that they both work. Is the expectation still the same as far as a man and a woman, or her taking on the majority of the load when it comes to the kids or raising the kids and stuff like that?
I think
So
as
she's
the
not a
mother,
stay-at-home mother. She's not a stay-at-home mother.
whether you work or not, I think you should take the majority of the responsibility, especially if they're small, and I think that's something women should go into life knowing before they start picking these jobs that might take them away from their kids, because we're women, we tend to be the ones to get pregnant and have the children. So you're gonna have to adjust your life more so than the man would. I don't understand why she better bring her nannies with her and bring them kids and keep them as comfortable as she can while he does him. I feel like that's just a sacrifice. It's a double standard, but girl, that's your baby. And it's easier for men to typically have their child when it's a little bit more independent and can walk and talk and do a little bit more things for itself. So she better make it work or be putting her career on the back burner and let him do what he got to do. That's how I feel.
I agree with that. I think when the babies are smaller, the mom parents them more on instinct than anything else. Like she knows the different cries of the baby. And that's not, that's instinct. And the man, I just don't think has that. So I feel like that's part of the reason why the younger they are, the more they rely on mom. And as they get older, like you said, once they're talking and they can communicate what they want, it just makes more sense for the dad to come in a little more.
And I think men are just more animalistic than women because they can kind of walk off from their offspring and it not be a quite the same attachment is a woman. So I know she wants to tour, well, or whatever. Any woman who has a career, you're just gonna have
She
to
brings her
balance
baby
it.
with her.
Yeah, like what else you gonna do? And he telling you he about to. It's not a traditional relationship from the beginning, so she have to make the best out of it, and it might cost her some tour dates, but that's what it is. You're a mother. That's should be your focus.
Slimmy.
Oh shit. I think it's just in a woman's nature. And I think much ado about nothing. This is most men. Like some men might have that. I don't see many with that. Like from what I've heard, I've never heard of a man having more instincts about a child than a woman, especially in those infancy stages or those small stages in life. So I think it's just the natural way things are. You know, a woman is still tied, very much tied to that child when they're very young, up until probably their teenage years. For real, for real. That's just what I always believed. They came from the womb. It's a connection there. You know.
Quentin, thoughts?
My first thought about all women, they're dumb. Like I feel like
Jesus,
why
Lord.
did she bring up him touring? Like, bitch, you had a kid with this dude. Like you knew who he was before you had this kid. So why are you bitching about him being on tour all the time? That number one. And even like when Ava was born, Angie was like, we're gonna switch off nights on when we're gonna take care of the baby. And then the night that I have to take care of the baby cried a little bit more because it took me a little bit longer to hush her up. And she ended up getting up anyway. So women are just dumb and they don't understand that they just need to do their part. They need to do their part, take care of the kid. Like I didn't get 3 months off to work. I got to go back to work the week after the baby came.
You also didn't shit a kid out. What do you mean?
Nigga, take care of the kid because I got to go to fucking work in the morning. That's what I mean.
I'm just saying, like, your body is not having to adjust. You don't have stitches in your vagina.
She didn't either. She had a C-section. She didn't either. She had a C-section.
From what I understand, that's even worse. A big old cut across your belly? Just saying.
I said what I said. Do what you're fucking innately made to do. Take care of the kid, and I'm going to go to work. Leave me alone.
Do y'all think that the standards need to change slightly based off of modern times about what the expectations are behind taking care of kids?
I think
No,
fathers
I take
need
care of the kid.
paternity leave or whatever, like the mom.
If I
Somehow,
had that,
how the other countries do it. I think it would encourage men to probably be at home with the child in the beginning, if they could be compensated.
I think that men
She
should
froze.
have to.
Sorry, my bad, Carrie.
No, I thought she was done. I didn't realize she was froze. Did she come back?
No.
Go ahead, Carrie.
I definitely think that there should be that men should be able to stay home a little bit, but I don't think that would completely make a difference in the actual household, because I still think that men don't understand what women are experiencing during that whole process. And I think that it would be helpful if they learned more about what a woman is going, like what a woman excuse me, goes through. Because on one hand, even though I like I said, Nelly, what he did seems very realistic, I also understand exactly what Ashanti is saying. But to Quentin's point, that absolutely happens as well. We can complain and be like, you never help me. Like, I'm tired too. Can you get up and help with the baby? But we're going to be over your backs. We're going to be like, we're still going to be involved because we also feel like we do it the right way. We know what the baby needs. So we're just going through a lot of stuff. So sometimes it's really just knowing that somebody that he understands and is just
it's not even
mindful
that.
of that.
Y'all just want that nigga up with you. If I'm up with you, looking at you, feeding him, y'all to be perfectly comfortable.
Sometimes you're right, Quentin. It is because it's been plenty of nights where I'm nursing and I'll turn to my husband and he's just fast asleep and I just want to take a pillow and just like suffocate him because it's like get up and then he'll get up like, all right, what? I'm here. I can't do nothing. Like I can't even help. I can't just be up with me.
It's just relieving the jealousy
like-
in that moment.
It's like on White Man Can't Jump when she's like, when I say I'm thirsty, it doesn't mean I want a glass of water. I just want you to say I too know what it feels like to thirst. I too like we want to know that y'all can relate and understand us.
Rosie!
So it's I don't know. It does seem unfair, but I don't know if I think it would just be better if people had a better understanding of what it really is when you have a baby and after. I don't think there's enough real conversation about what it really takes and women really understanding no matter what you say or do, this baby is going to require way more of you up front than it is the man. Like that's just the way it has been created to be.
I agree. So Quentin, I got a question though. If a man is on paternity leave, what do you think he should be doing?
The same thing that the mom is doing, but they ain't got to go to work.
Okay, just being clear.
I don't want paternity leave.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
You said, "Give the fuck up out of this bitch."
You want to work?
I'm not meant for maternity leave. I don't want maternity leave. I don't want to kick it on maternity leave. I just want to do what I want to do and just leave me alone. Just let me work. Just all I want to do is work. I don't want a maternity leave. I'm straight. I've never wanted maternity leave. I've never. At the time that my daughter was born, which was a long time ago, it wasn't none of that for me in 2008 because we was just trying to survive. So it was different, but I'm straight. I'm straight. I don't understand people that want to be in the face of the woman that they with all day. I'm good.
Well, it's not all day, Anton. It's just like a couple weeks. I don't know how long it is.
And you have to keep in mind that with this particular situation, Nelly already had like
Carrie,
she put herself off.
Sorry.
Carrie is
Nelly
the most
already
discombobulated. What the hell we happening?
Nelly already had like 4 children, I think 4 or 5 kids. He's what? How old is Nelly? Maybe he might be pushing 50 if he's not 50 already, late 40s. Okay. And this is Ashanti's first child. So that makes a world of difference, I'm sure, as well.
Wait, Nelly got 5 kids talking like that?
It's either 4, it's 3. It could be 3 or 4. I don't think it's 5. I think it's 5 now.
No, he tripping.
3.
No, he tripping. No.
What do you say? I mean, what does the number of children have to do with it?
No, man. He was.
Y'all gotta remember, Slimmy don't believe in kids.
Nelly gotta have he gotta have some kind of knowledge of how children function and shit like that. He should have developed that after having all them kids.
What the kids? They're adopted.
Doesn't mean they want to do it.
He has 3 biological. He has 3 biological kids and 2 adopted.
Yeah,
he's probably.
That might be some of them kids that he rap with.
I think his
I mean, a lot
happened.
of times you take on. I don't know what his situation is, but a lot of times you can take on like a family member's kids and stuff like that, and all of that type of stuff.
Oh, okay.
I just remember
That's
when
what
he
he
had
did?
his reality show. He had it was a bunch of them. Like it was a lot of them.
That's crazy.
So I think that factors into play too. This is her first child, whereas for him, you know, he already went through it.
50 is crazy.
What'd you say?
Say what?
Okay, his sister, right? I thought that the kids were like his nieces and nephews or something like that. Somebody said in the
Yeah, his
chat that
sister
his
passed
sister
away.
passed away. Yeah.
Having a kid at 50 is insane to me, bro.
But that's what
They're at
happens.
high
when you
risk to have an extra chromosomes.
I don't even look like that nigga 50 though.
Your kid gonna have an extra toe.
Yep.
All of that.
Fact.
All of it.
That
So
little
having
extra
a kid
finger
at
that people
50.
be saying that be growing right there, the extra finger.
Yeah. I had a homegirl that had an extra finger that had to get cut off.
It's gonna be gay because it's so old. Yep.
How does it
Mhm.
gay?
What's going on?
Extra liberal because you old. Yeah.
Sounded appropriate for the moment.
Because you treating your kid how the grandparents is supposed to treat the kids, but that's how you treat the kids.
You giving them
Because you're
TK?
so old, you can't instill nothing in them because you're so old and just don't got time for it no more.
I used to talk to this girl.
I can tell the difference.
Go ahead, Quinn.
I can tell the difference in the way my dad parented me and my fucking stepbrother or half brother that's 15 years younger than me.
It
No,
is a
sorry,
big
20 years younger than me. And I was like, this nigga get away with murder. I would have got a brick thrown upside my head. Shit.
I was talking to this this girl in high school, and her mother was old as hell. Like her mother was like a grandmother, and she seemed like she got a little bit more trouble than a normal girl would get into because the mother was so old, so much older or whatever. The mother was more stable from a financial perspective, but I don't know. The girl was a little bit more out, a little wilder. It seemed like. So it was interesting. But I got another question for y'all before I get to the super chat. So I'm gonna go back to
Oh, that one super chat.
I'm gonna go back to Archie Lucky's super chat. He said to the women on the panel, do you believe women can be losers in life? And if so, what are the descriptors?
I do. I do think that women can be losers in life. I think that if you have more than 2 baby daddies, and maybe that's just me. I'm sure there could be, situations out there where it makes sense. But I think more than 2, you're starting on the losing path. I think that if your health is bad, not necessarily to say if you're overweight, it's just it tends to be an
You have
indication.
too much fat around your heart.
It's an indication. I think, that especially coupled with the fact that, you've got all these baby daddies, it's just not looking good for you. I think being on government assistance for the majority of the kid's life or your life or whatever. I mean, I understand, you can hit a hard time, a year, maybe. I'll give you that. Maybe 2. I don't know.
Kim has no grace.
2 years? That's a long time. Like, you don't have a job? I don't understand. So go get a job. Like, you can't just sit at home and do nothing with all these children running around. I just don't understand. Like, sitting on housing, that's not a good look. Like, do something productive. Be a productive member of society. You don't have to be married. You can have 12 cats, but be productive. That's all I'm saying.
Molly, do you have any answer for this question in particular?
Yeah, well, obviously women can be losers. We see it all the time. We see it a lot.
What are the descriptors?
I mean, I think it looks different. There's so many things say. Bad mothers, um, women who can't clean. Like it's just so many different things you could say. Yeah, I think women could be losers. I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to answer it. Like it could look different.
You're supposed
You
to
could be a
dog
loser
on
in one
women like you
area,
do
but you could
men.
be, huh?
You're supposed to dog on women and their fuckery like you do men. That's what you're supposed to
I mean,
say.
you see so many examples of women who are losers. It's a lot of women who can't keep any type of stable anything. They don't have a stable home. They don't have I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that question. It's the same. It looks the same how it does with loser guys, I think.
That's what I was gonna say because I saw
I'm
that
like, what do you mean?
Carl asked, why is there a difference between a man being a loser and a woman being a loser? I don't think that there
I
is.
don't think there
There
is.
is,
If you're
because
an
I think
adult and you're not handling your
Let's see what I consider
adulthood,
a loser. If the man is doing the same thing that those women are doing, he doesn't have a job, he's on assistance, he's got more than 2 baby mamas, I put him over there with that lady.
it looks the same. If you're not handling your business as an adult, you're probably a loser.
Carrie, what are the descriptors of a well, first the question is, do you believe that women can be losers in life? And if so, what are the descriptors?
Yes, I do. Because of the same reason that that Kim just said. I do. I think that it applies to just people in general. But I guess the descriptors would be having like the victim kind of a mentality, like the world's against you, you deserve like people to just provide for you, not provide for you, that's not the word, but like not taking accountability for self. So whatever your life is not, it's not your fault, it's someone else's fault.
So let me ask a different question. Are there more loser women than not? Or are there more decent women than losers? If you had to guess. There are
Think
no
is
real
Okay, if I
mm,
had to guess, okay, I can't make the guess, right? However, the way that the world is rolling right now, I think that we are on the road to being the
why
majority
can't you
in
make
that
the
bucket.
guess?
the biggest loser.
Why can't you make the
Because
guess?
that's my dad used to say, like, whenever you would make generalizations, he'd be like, "You don't know anybody in Montana." I'm like, that's a good point. So I don't know,
It's a
but that's what
guess.
I'm saying.
It's
I know it's a
literally an
guess.
educated
I know
guess.
it's a
Y'all
guess,
can't.
but
Women in
what
accountability are ridiculous.
no.
what
Well, we
what
see
I'm
more women being losers, but men will save the day, so I don't feel like it matters. That's kind of why I'm not saying
Oh
it.
Lord.
I don't think it matters if a woman was
Fucking
a loser
super
because
chat,
there will
super
be
chats,
somebody to
man,
come
super
and
chats.
and
No,
and try
I
to
like
fix
this
her.
conversation.
Like,
Oh my
what do you want me to
fucking
say?
gosh. Molly.
Oh,
Can I
Molly.
can can I? I mean, yes, we see women who are losers, but
The
somebody
fuck?
like
gonna
what
come and save it. So, is she really a loser?
Oh my god.
No. She kind of got a point.
Nah, man. Getting saved doesn't make you not a loser.
Right.
Yeah, it does.
that.
It
No,
makes
No, it doesn't. It makes you a
absolutely
saved
not.
loser, nigga. No, it doesn't.
Absolutely not. It just
No,
means you
You have
got
to be a
saved.
loser to be
Hold on, wait.
saved.
Okay, wait. If I go jump in the ocean, I don't know how to swim,
mhm,
and I get
I
saved
hear that.
without a
mhm,
life preserver, it doesn't mean
mhm.
I know how to swim because I didn't drown.
It's not.
I
It's
can't
that's
still
a.
can't swim.
It's
I
not.
just got
That's not
saved.
a. That's not a
That's
good.
that,
It's
that's
not a good
exactly what
metaphor.
it is. That's
It's
exactly
not a
what
good
it is.
metaphor. I mean, and the reason why it's not a good metaphor is because this is the reason why we have double standards and why double standards is not equal across the board and why you can't have women comparing themselves to men and men comparing themselves to women. I actually disagree with Molly and Carrie and Kim on what makes a man a loser is the same thing that makes a woman a loser. It's not. Because I can have multiple different baby mamas and have multiple different women and be taking care of them all and be adored by both all of them and be looked at completely differently than a woman that has multiple different baby mamas. If you're saying that a woman can't be saved by a man and then that will no longer make her a loser, I will tell you that that's not true because a lot of times we judge women based off of the men that they then marry or the men that they associate themselves with. So you can say that it's not true, but the fact of the matter is a woman is a reflection of the man that they get with. So if a guy then, which makes it harder because a lot of times we hold women accountable and we say, well, if you're so great, then how come ain't nobody trying to snatch you up? It's 100%. You could listen. I know women that was a certain way in college and in high school. We look at white women all the time and we use them as the basis for how we judge other women, because we say that white women will slut it out, they'll do this, they'll do that, but we don't call them hoes because they wind up getting married and then having children and having a long life with a husband that then holds them down. We don't go off on them the same way as we go off on women that has multiple baby daddies, because that white women a lot of times will wind up getting married to that athlete that they was fucking on in college, even though she was a hoe, right? So we don't call her a loser. We don't say that. We say that she's a loser based off of the men that she associates with. And so you could say that, but we judge women based off of the men that they attach themselves to. We judge women differently. We don't judge women based off of what they do in their career. We judge men based off of what they do in their career. We don't judge women based off of whether they achieve all of these things in life, because we don't give a fuck. Matter of fact, we say that men date down and women they date up. It's a double standard. So yes, a woman can get saved by a nigga and be a winner, whereas a man has to reach a certain milestone, which is one of the reasons why we say that men suffer regardless and that they held accountable regardless, but women are held accountable depending on their circumstances. It's just the way that it is, bro.
I can see that.
I feel so slow right now.
Listen, most women that y'all think, most women that in a circumstance that you would think is a loser, you don't label her a loser because you don't even know what the fuck her past was. All you know is what she associated with now. The only reason that you call certain women losers is because they put all of their business on the internet and everybody could see it. So a woman jump on fucking TikTok or she jump on social media and she tell all of her life, you don't know most of these women's past. You have no clue who the fuck they was fucking, who they was with, who they was associated with, what trauma they got. All you know is that they wound up getting married, having a bunch of children, and they look happy, and that's how you judge her. But because now we have social media where women are telling on themselves, that's when we then can look at it and say, no, she a loser. Nigga, you don't know. You have no clue. No fucking clue whatsoever. You don't know what her past is. You don't know where she's from. You don't know what her original maiden name was. You don't know shit about her. She changed her name and she moved into the house and she different. I know a chick that married, I don't even want to say the profession. She married a guy that is super successful. She is a completely different woman than the woman that we knew in college. And everybody adores this chick. Everybody in the industry adores her and think that she's the greatest ever. And she lives the life. She plays the role. She's been doing it for over 15 years, and you'll never fucking know unless you knew her back in high school. It just is what it is. It is what it is.
So you can turn a hoe into a housewife? So is that what you just said?
Rebrand is crazy.
So yes, you can turn a hoe into a housewife.
That's what it sounds like. That's what I heard. But I'm
saying that my advice is that you shouldn't turn a hoe into a housewife. Are hoes rebranding, and are they judged by society based off of whether or not their current circumstance is presenting itself to be better than another chick's? Yes, 100%. 100%. And the only reason that we even have these conversations is because of social media.
That might be the case, but we wouldn't know that they were losers if we didn't know their past in the first place. So we would just think that they were some random woman. So if we know that she's a loser, I think she remains a loser no matter who she's with. People still talk about Dre.
You're missing it though, Kim. We're assuming these niggas is assuming that they know the past of every woman, so you can't evaluate that.
No, I'm not talking about all of them. The ones that you know to be losers, I don't think they change depending on who they're with. I think we still think she's a loser and he's stupid.
Only if we know. Most people we don't know because most people don't live their life on the internet. All we know is when we meet them, she is who she is. And I'll give you an example. I'll give you the perfect example. Nobody goes off on Melania Trump. Nobody says things negative about her, and everybody defends her if a liberal comes for her. We just seen it with Jasmine Crockett. Nobody trips. You know why?
Why would they though? She's a supermodel, right?
Nobody
supermodel
holds her
immigrant.
accountable because of who she's married to.
Accountable for what?
You proving my point.
No, that's how you can't do that. No. What would they? Wait. What would they be saying about her? Like, wait, we gotta have some
Like, I just thought
context.
she was a
No,
supermodel.
you're
Was she a
proving my
whore? Was
point
she a
because y'all niggas don't know nothing about her past. You know
I
nothing
know she was
about
a
her. You're
supermodel.
proving my point. You're literally
I know
proving
she's
my
a
point right now.
supermodel.
No, you can't do that.
Are you calling her a whore? I know she's a supermodel.
I'm not calling her anything. I'm saying that y'all proving my point right now.
No,
Because y'all don't know
No.
shit. You don't know shit. You never knew shit until I started talking about it. And now y'all getting curious to figure out, well, what the fuck is going on? Quentin is on his phone looking that shit up right now.
Huh?
No, I'm not. I'm playing my game.
That's not true, Anton. We're saying what are you coming up with? What did you know that would consider her a loser? Because you can't just say something and then it's like you got to substantiate why
I
is she a
just said
loser?
it. I literally just said it. And the fact that you're asking me that question proves my point.
I didn't hear you say it.
He
Don't worry about it.
He didn't say it. He's lying.
No, Anton.
Woman is
Oh, somebody finally starting to get the shit. You see what it is?
No,
Thank you,
he
Onyx.
didn't do anything.
No, that's
Thank
crap.
you.
That's
Thank you,
bullshit.
Onyx.
That's bullshit.
Thank you, Onyx.
No,
Thank you, Onyx, for
no.
exactly
Coming
understanding
for
what it is.
Kim
that I'm saying.
because she's with Obama. What did Kim do?
Right.
Oh, you proved my point. You proved my fucking
Yeah,
point.
The point that
I never heard you say anything about.
For the kids in the back, let me break it down to a C student's perspective. I said that a lot of women, we associate their success with the men that they attach themselves to. A lot of times they can even go through a rebrand. I use Melania Trump and how she's basically celebrated. She was celebrated during the election. She was basically highlighted about how much more of a lady that she was than the women that was on the left, especially when we was talking about Michelle Obama and she was trying to convince other women that they needed to go ahead and vote against their mans, whatever, and so on and so forth. All of that. Conversely, you can sit here and have a conversation about Michelle Obama. Her past, to be honest with you, is pretty spotless. It's pretty fucking spotless. She don't have no children out of wedlock. She ain't never had her pussy online. She's never actually did anything to actually show herself to be a loser based off of the definitions and the things that we've identified today. But the fact of the matter is, we look at Melania Trump much different than we look at Michelle Obama. We actually talk negatively about Michelle Obama because of the things that she say and the rhetoric that she has, and we insinuate that it is applied to her husband. Whereas we don't have anything negative to say about Melania. We have never said one thing negative on this show, on this panel, in a conversation, and we broach every subject. We broach politics, we broach women, we broach money, we broach everything. We never say anything negative about Melania Trump, largely because of the role that she plays now that she's married to the person that she's with. It's just the truth. And the fact that you had to ask me the question, well, what is it that she's done? Shows me that you don't even know shit about her past, which is one of the reasons why people then exalt her because of the man that she married.
She hasn't
Okay,
done.
whoa, hold on. You moved the goalpost though, because we was talking about. We moved the goalpost because we was talking about women that were losers, and then you brought up Melania Trump like that. That's random though, Anton.
So
I understand your correlation to saying that women become great because they attach themselves to great men. I understand that, but that's moving the goalpost because what made her a loser? Then attached her to Donald Trump. Then attached her to Donald Trump that erased that. That's what we talking about. You can't you skip the stage.
The fact that you don't know is the reason why I'm saying that women can rebrand themselves.
There's nothing to know.
Let them land.
The fact that you just said there's nothing to know proves my point.
I didn't
that
say
is
any,
not
I didn't say
true.
anything about there's nothing to know.
Because I
What
know
I'm
what you're
saying
referring
is,
to, and that's
what
not
made
bad.
her a
Her being a
loser?
supermodel is not bad.
What made her a
Marilyn
what made her a
Monroe was a
loser to
beautiful
begin with? In order for us to have the conversation using Melania Trump as an example, we have to know where she was where I guess you could say her degeneracy would be at. That defines her as losing. Because if you can't use if she's a supermodel, she doesn't fit the narrative. Whereas let's say for instance we talked about let's say, let me think of.
I know, just incredible. They literally are just they digging further into my point. And they are
No,
literally
absolutely not.
justifying what I'm saying. They
Absolutely
are
not.
literally justifying what I'm saying.
No. You got to substantiate this. You use Melania Trump as an example when we're talking about women being losers. Where was she losing at in life that then got her saved? Because that's what we were talking about. Because I said that you're still I said just because you get saved and you were drowning, it doesn't mean that you know how to swim suddenly. So I'm trying to get the correlation of how Melania Trump fits into there. Where was she losing
If
at
you
and
can
got
go
saved
see,
by
if you
Donald
can go
Trump?
see a chick's pussy online, then that shows that you're a fucking loser.
Wait, say that again?
If I can go see a chick's pussy online, that means she a loser.
She was naked online?
She modeled naked.
I don't know nothing about her. That's why
now you prove this
What
point.
you don't
Now
know,
you prove this point.
I didn't prove his point. I don't know nothing about her. I don't know nothing about her.
That's my whole fucking point.
Now
Because
that he
you don't know,
substantiated his argument,
that's not a good example.
to a certain man, that's the
Well, it is
whole
now.
fucking point, Slimmy.
That's not a good example. That does not
It is
prove the
now.
point. You have to show me. I don't know nothing about the woman. I don't know nothing about her.
That's what I just said, Slimmy. That's the whole point that I was making from the beginning.
Man, this
The
is
fact
bad,
that you
man.
don't
This
know
is
what
really
a woman's
bad.
past is, but you associate it with a certain man, no longer makes her a
that does
loser
not.
because you don't know.
No, that does not work.
Oh my fucking
We're
God.
talking about a woman that's literally losing, a woman that was literally losing. We're not talking about if you knew her or not. We're not talking about that. That was never part of the discussion. You can't introduce something new and then use that and run with it. I never mentioned none of that shit. I said someone that we visibly knew who was losing in life that then got saved. So say for instance, one woman, she had 5 fucking kids. All of them by different baby daddies. All of a sudden, some dude comes along. He marries her. She was still a loser. That's a loser. That's what I'm talking about. You can't use an example of something that someone doesn't know. We're talking about a woman that was visibly losing. Everybody knows she's campus loot. Then motherfucker married her, saved her. That's what we're talking about. She's still
Nigga, that's
campus loot.
exactly what happened. What are you talking about?
I don't know anything about that woman.
That's my point.
That's his point.
Man,
That's
that's
his
not a good
point.
that's not a good point. That's not a good point. That doesn't make sense. I don't know anything about her. So
It
what I'm
means
saying
you,
is,
as a woman,
man,
can
oh
do
my fucking
certain
God.
things, and a man will still come and clean your life up.
No,
The
That's
fact
not
that
the
you don't
fuck
know,
what we were talking about.
I'm with
Man,
Slimmy.
that's bullshit,
Slimmy,
man.
but you're
And that
choosing
goes
to
off of
misunderstand what he's saying, though. You
I'm not
understand what he's
misunderstanding
saying.
anything. You can't.
You can see her nude body, but at the same time, she is the president's wife. To
He
some men,
also
that would be a
modeled.
loser. She
She
would
was
be a
modeled.
loser, but she got saved, and now you don't even know that she was a loser. That's
He
kind
was
of what he's
lauded
talking
for
about.
well,
being
That is
naked.
not.
that's
What
only
the
if you
fuck?
but that
For some people, that's
Anton was he was kind of slick there because
He was slick.
I had only named one of the characteristics that I would consider a sign of somebody being a loser, and then Anton pivoted us, and then he put with his definition. He said women and men. I disagree with all of y'all, with all the women, because a woman being a loser is not the same thing as a man being a loser, because women are based off, their success is usually based off of the man that they're with. That's Anton's philosophy. I didn't say I think that that's how you define if a woman is a winner or a loser. I didn't hear Molly or Kim say that. So if you go down the road of buying into Anton's theory on what makes a woman a success, then okay, let's walk down this whole road with Melania or whatever. But that's not where we all started. Because I'm sitting here like, what does this have to do? Whether she modeled lewd or not, she could still very well be a loser by definition of maybe what my attributes, my characteristics that I would think of are or not. I don't know, which is also why I said, I don't know. Just because the public doesn't know something doesn't mean it's not so. So that whole example just to me.
That's exactly what it means, because how to define somebody as a loser is based off of cultural norms and public perception. So you can't identify somebody as a
but see, just you being able, I hate to interrupt, but even you saying that, that's your thought on it. Your thought is that's how you define if somebody's a loser. That's not, I just sat here and just kind of thought of stuff from myself. I wasn't thinking about how would I define somebody as a loser based off of cultural norms. But maybe for you, that's how you would judge somebody. But that's not my list. That might not be Kim's list. So now to point out somebody like Melania,
in general,
it's not about general right now. When you're talking about this is relative. This is all relative to the person that you're asking. It is relative, Anton. There's no understood.
Yes, it is. There are some things that we all universally, based off of our cultural norms, understand and agree with. It just is what it is. You can't sit here and say that a woman that got 5 kids by 5 baby daddies is not universally going to be accepted as a loser. It's not subjective. It's not based off of how I feel and then how you feel and the fact that you knew somebody that was a crackhead or whatever like that. No, everything is not objective. Some things we can all kind of come to a conclusion that universally, you know what? We don't really accept this as being good or bad, and we all kind of see it. We can't use that as a trump card and say, well, you know what? That's your opinion, and this is my opinion. The fact of the matter is, we all universally look at something and say, you know what? She a fucking
in some ways, but you're saying her being.
How do you get to
those things?
So let's go with what you're saying. So assuming what you're saying is true, assuming what you're saying is true, then how do you get to be the one who gets to determine what those things are if we all universally agree?
Carrie, the point that first of all, I asked y'all all y'all opinion first before I ever chimed in.
You cut me off. I named one.
No. The first thing that you said, Carrie, the first thing that you said when I asked you,
I got my list right here.
Carrie, stop, Carrie. The first thing that you said when you answered the question was, I agree with Kim and Molly.
I agree.
That's the first thing that you said. No, hold on, Carrie. Hold on. Because you developed your list afterwards. You agreed universally with Carrie and Molly and said, I kind of agree with both of them.
That is
Carrie. What did I say? What did I say I agreed with them? Do you remember?
Carrie, why are you playing this game?
How am I playing a game when I'm asking you if you heard what I said I agreed with?
That's the first thing you said.
Did you hear what
the first thing that you said was I agree with both Kim and Molly. Everything that they said made sense to me.
About what?
Then you developed the list in order to try to combat me.
Anton,
in order to try to combat me,
you hadn't even spoke yet. How was I making the list to combat you?
I didn't say me, Carrie. I waited till everybody else spoke. You didn't develop the list until after I started speaking. You agreed with both Molly and Kim on what a loser was. It wasn't subjective.
That's not true.
It wasn't based off of opinion.
I said what I said I agreed with was the fact that both men and women can be like both. To me, this is for everybody. But I said let's stick with the women. That's what I said. I mean, I said that verbatim, but I said I agree with the sentiment of what they said, which is that men can be losers, women can be losers. The characteristics that I have listed here can be applicable to men and to women. So that's why I said I agree with what they're saying in that men and women could both be losers according to what I would say are the signs of a loser. And then I proceeded to say, all right, but let's focus on the women. And I said the first one would be being like you're like a victim. And I couldn't explain it that way. So I said not really taking accountability for self. And then you said, hold up, let me ask. So you flipped the question. And that's when you said, do you think that men are more losers or women are more losers? You literally cut me off in the middle of me naming all of the attributes
No, I didn't
that I would say.
do I think that men are more losers or women are more losers? And this is how I know you're being disingenuous, because you're switching the words.
Oh my God.
I said,
it might not be verbatim,
I said, do you think that there are more women losers than not? 50, do you think that there's more women losers or not, or the other way around? And then you said, well,
first of all, I don't talk like that.
Hold
So stop like I'm some little. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop imitating like I'm in this little.
You said, I didn't say
who was that? Well,
losers or women are more losers. I said, do you think that there are more women losers than not? You said, well, you know. This is for real.
This nigga trolling.
This is for real.
This nigga trolling big time.
You said that, Carrie. And then I said, come on, Carrie. Let's be for real. Come on. I said, I said, it's called a guess. I said, it's called an assumption. And then you said, that's like saying my father was like, you don't know everybody in Montana. And that's what happened. It was never about men versus women. That is not what happened, Carrie.
Okay, but here's what's, you're holding on to something that I'm not even trying to argue. I'm not up here trying to tell you that I can say everything that I said, you said verbatim. My point in bringing up the fact that you cut me off in the attributes that I would say would be somebody who's a loser is you cut me off as I was answering the original question and you threw in a new question. So if
you
I
didn't
just
answer the question because you was fence riding and you said you couldn't answer the question.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
You said you couldn't answer the question.
That's not true at all.
Because your father said you don't know everybody in Montana.
Go ahead, you got it. I'm gonna pull a slip.
No,
you got it. No, because what you're doing is you're grandstanding right now. Like, what? No, you are. You are, because the fact of the matter is, I tried to answer the question that was up on the screen. I started to list, literally, I started with the first attribute. You stopped me after I finished naming the first attribute and threw in a new question, which is a part of why I was thrown, because first of all, the question was like, what? Like, I don't know. And two, why can't I finish answering the question?
What was the new question that I asked, Carrie?
The new question was what you just said about do I think women are more losers than not, or however you said you phrased it. That was your question.
Why did I answer that question? Why did I ask that question, Carrie?
I have no idea.
I asked the question because you agreed with both Molly and Kim universally that what they said was truth as far as what a loser woman is. So now I asked an additional question so that we can get more context and have a deeper conversation. When I asked the additional question, because you didn't have a thought on your own, you agreed with Kim and Molly. So then I said, okay, well, you know what? I said, you know what? Let's ask a question differently. I said, are there more loser women? If you had to guess, are there more loser women or not loser women? And you then still was fence riding, and you said that you didn't know because your father said you can't use any kind of litmus. You don't know everybody in Montana. That's the real context behind what happened and why I asked an additional question, because you didn't give any additional context that was any different than Kim and Molly. Then I gave my opinion. Then I said, well, you know what? I think that it is different and you can't equate. I said, I disagree with you, Molly, and Kim. And then I gave the context to say that we evaluate women based off of the men that they associate themselves with, especially when we don't know what their past looks like. Then Slimmy said, And then I use Melania Trump as an example. Slimmy said, well, what is it that you can do? Because what is it about her past and all of this? What's wrong with her? I said, Slimmy, you proving my point. Because we don't look at Melania Trump in the same way of what her past is based off of the man that she's married to now. And that is the full context of what happened. So where am I off at?
She's taking the time out.
No, I'm not. I'm going back and watching, but two, I'm not going.
You always play it when you want to prove a point. You play it out.
I'm looking for it. Number one, and number two, I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you on this because you're going to keep you're gonna overtake me. You can overtake me. You're louder than me. You're gonna keep. I mean, no, you are. You do. I just told you. I'm literally telling you the way that I was answering the question. You cut me off, and you asked a new question literally while I was answering. And for you, I guess you interpreted it, and that's fine. You interpreted it as I didn't have my own thought. I'm riding the fence. That's cool. That's how you took it. For me, I'm literally thinking of my answers, which is what led me. See, and again, you even made my list about you. My list I wrote down because the whole dynamic of the conversation switched. So I'm like, let me write down what I was gonna say because I'm thinking I'm gonna get back to it at some point. But you don't even think I came up with the list for myself. You think that I came up with the list because I'm trying to come back at
argument.
I don't have an argument. I don't have an argument. I have an opinion on the question. No,
all you're doing right now is making excuses as to why you won't actually answer the question.
So here you go.
Argument.
So here you go telling me about me.
You're giving an excuse which is as to what you don't necessarily care about because you're saying I'm going to overtake and this and this. Just substantiate your argument.
Substantiate what argument, Anton? I don't even know where to go with you at this point because I think that I already told you my recollection of how this whole thing went the way that it went. According to you, you got a whole different perspective on how we got to where we are. And so if you're not going to yield to what I'm saying and I'm not yielding to what you're saying, what's the argument that I need to substantiate? Like I've already said what I was in the process of doing. You don't see it that way. You have it in your mind that all I said was I agree with Kim and Molly. That's not all I said. That's not all
what else
that
did you
said.
say? What else did you say?
Like I said I agree with what Kim said in terms of there was two parts to the question. And the second part, I forget what was it, the descriptors. I said in terms of the descriptors for women, because I do think that this is a list that can be applicable to men and women, like in terms of being a loser. I said in terms of the descriptors, the first thing would be, and I'm not saying what I said verbatim, so I might not have said the first thing, but I said if you kind of take on like a victim mentality, and I was going down the road of victim, and I went more into accountability, like not being able to take accountability for yourself. And then I was about to go into my next thing, which had to do with character. But y'all didn't hear that, but I'm saying that was what my next thought was going to be, was with character. And you said, all right, hold on, I don't know if you said like, let me ask another question or let me ask, however you transitioned us, you came in with a new question. And your new question was that about, do I think that women are more losers or will be more losers? And yeah, that question, to me, that question was kind of like, that's a vague, unimportant question, really, because we're really talking. I would be grabbing my opinion from out of the sky, which is why I said I don't know. Like, to my dad's point, I don't know people in another state, so how can I have an opinion on what the majority of people are in this regard? That was my point in bringing it up. But you're making fun of it, and that's fine. I don't care. I know we gotta have jokes. You said my dad, my father said, da, 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 da. You know
Oh
what you
my
did.
God.
You know what you
Here we
did.
go with
You know
this.
what you did. You know what you did, Anton. But that's okay. I'm cool with it. That's what I'm saying.
Now
I
I'm making
understand.
fun of it.
I understand that when we get to a certain point,
deflecting.
right. When you get to a certain point, you can either battle with you or you can yield. And I learn more and more and more after a certain point with you. I start yielding.
So now this is about
because
me.
you're not
It's not about the fact that you couldn't substantiate your argument. This is about
no.
me.
See, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Here you go
I'm
again.
asking.
You keep
What do you
saying
mean, here we go again?
You keep saying I didn't substantiate my argument. I didn't have an argument. You see what I'm saying? You want to battle. I just was sharing my opinion. So I'm not gonna sit here and try to substantiate an argument. There's no argument on the table.
How did you jump in? Okay, Carrie, how did you jump into this part of the conversation? Do you remember?
What part? Jump into what
right
part?
now. Me and you going back and forth. Because who I was going back and forth was Slimmy. I was saying to Slimmy, once you said that you didn't have an opinion because you can't judge people that live in a different state or whatever.
I did not say I didn't have an opinion.
I'm speaking.
You see what I'm saying? I know what you're doing. I already know your MO.
No.
I know your MO.
How did you get back into this part of the conversation?
I'm not new to this. I'm not.
How did you get back into it? Do you even know how you got back into it?
I know how Anton rock, huh?
Do you even know how you got back into this conversation?
When did I leave the conversation? I'm on the panel. When did I leave?
Women are so dumb.
I wanted to say your mama dumb. Oh my God, that's the old Carrie. Lord help me. Oh man.
You said it, Carrie. It's fair.
I didn't mean to.
It's fair.
I just because you said I wanted to say your mama,
No, I
don't mean it.
I don't mean it at all. It's not even. That's why I apologize, Quentin. I'm just like that was what I wanted, but I know that was bad.
I would tend to agree. It's okay.
And that was nothing personal to your mom. I'm so sorry.
Carrie, can you read the list?
So my list is lack of accountability.
Don't say nothing else. It's over.
Poor character. Waste of potential. Like waste of potential. Not taking responsibility for you, and if you have kids, stuff like that, your responsibilities. Not having doesn't plan for future. So like you kind of do everything in the now moment. You have no concept for planning beyond the now. And
I just realized
women, especially with women, especially I put bitter. Because I think now here's what I will switch up. Here's what I will switch up. Some of these I think apply to women more than men. So like the bitterness, I don't think I would ever label a man as bitter. So let me retract. It's not exactly the same based off of my list, in my opinion, that men are the same as women in terms of the loser characteristics. Because I definitely think a woman can be a loser because of her bitterness, and I don't think that's applicable to men. But that was what my list was.
I got on Carrie goggles because I like the fact that she put accountability as number one. No, that had nothing to do with it. That's how I try to drag everybody down. No.
I'm not even saying nothing anymore.
No, I see what's going on here.
If I start to deep dive,
I see what's going on here.
Nope. Let me tell you. Because if I start to deep dive into the list, you know what Carrie's gonna say? He just wants to battle.
I love his voice. I cannot stand that.
Because if I go point by point,
that's a trigger for me. My husband uses a fake voice for me too. These are not my voices.
Man.
See, now she triggered because her husband and I do the same.
I am triggered. I'm being honest. Let's see if you'll be sensitive.
If most people are saying it, Carrie, it must be true.
No, Quentin, he does a different voice.
What does he do? Let's see what does the hubby do?
We listen and we don't judge.
I didn't think I got Anton's voice in my head so much right now. I can't even think about it. He'll do it again soon, I'm sure.
Listen, here's the gist of it. At the end of the day,
Anton's not good. Yeah, he be.
I believe, I have to qualify this by saying that I believe, because I don't want this to go the wrong way, right? I believe that Slimmy, literally, my point, when he didn't know shit about Melania Trump, and you know, Slimmy don't yield either, but it's okay.
I'm
when
with
he
Slimmy.
didn't know anything about Melania Trump, and I use her as an example, and he walked right into the trap.
No, you moved the goalpost.
I never moved the goalpost.
Moving the goal. Now moving the goalpost because I was talking about a specific thing. You started talking about something else. I was talking about something that's known. We all can visibly see that this woman is losing because you can't equate drowning to that being something that was unknown.
That's
you
not
can't
unknown.
equate that. So if someone's drowning, you obviously know that they need saving.
No, it was unknown to you. Everybody else knew.
That doesn't. No.
Yes. It's not a
no.
secret. It's not a secret. It was never a secret.
Okay, and we're talking about her posing nude and her nude.
Yes, if you can see a chick's pussy, why would you marry her? We all universally will say, including yourself, Slimmy, you never turn a hoe into a housewife.
I don't think her nudes make her a hoe, though. I think in different parts of the world, your body is seen as artwork. We just
Kim, respectfully, Kim, men don't look at it the same way that y'all look at it.
Nah, that wasn't what I was talking about, though.
It's not universal.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, that wasn't.
I got it.
That needs to be a shirt, Slimmy.
But you got it.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we should pass out them shirts instead of hats next time. No, it's not.
It depends on how you feel about it. Your body is a work of art. It doesn't have
Are we really going to sit here and say that me being able to pull up your pussy?
I mean, is that really what it is?
Are we sitting here? Are y'all? No, hold on.
I'm gonna Google Melania Trump.
I need to understand what the fuck is going on here.
Is it really
that? Y'all going to tell me that me being able to pull up your pussy is not hoe behavior?
I can't pull it up.
Is it really that?
Use a Tor browser, my nigga.
Oh yeah, there it goes. Oh wow.
Use the private browser, bro.
Oh yeah, it's on.
Is that what y'all gonna tell me?
Are you being literal right now?
No,
yes, you can pull that.
I want to know if that's if I'm off, because maybe my standards are a little bit high.
No, you're
safe search off.
Like this is not. You're being literal when you say you can look up into her generations.
No. Women being on OF, you don't wipe them up. So, yeah, you don't wipe them up. But what I'm saying is, I didn't know that that's what she did because I don't know nothing about her. That doesn't fit this scenario because I just don't know. I don't know nothing about her at all.
Okay.
He just looked it up. So that actually negates your point because it's right there.
You got it.
If you can see, if he just looked it up that quick and found and
it's been all over the news, Slimmy. It's not a secret that we could see her.
That doesn't matter though. What I'm saying is I didn't know.
It's not a secret.
Okay, y'all got it, man. This is ridiculous.
A lot of people didn't know their grandmas was a 304. They still love them, so it's okay.
Bad. Nigga, I ain't taking. I didn't do anything wrong. Y'all niggas talking about take the L. Nigga, I don't know nothing about that woman in particular. I don't fucking know her. I don't give a fuck about her. Never have, never will. Fuck you, nigga.
I just
The
think it's an
fuck?
example. Y'all be trying to hold women
That shit
accountable,
is
but
terrible,
it's
man.
always gonna be somebody to save the day. So
I barely know anything about her now. She don't even talk. I mean, what the fuck? It's a bad example. It's a bad example. We could have. I mean, all right. For instance, we could use fucking. What's her name? What's her name? Brittany Renner. She was just fucking married to Kevin Gates. Now somebody come along, they wife her up again. She's damaged goods.
is she though? If somebody wifes her up, I mean, I guess she was already technically married. So I mean,
Her reputation won't be changed, and that's the whole point that he's making. Is no matter what man comes along and scoops her up, her reputation is going to be the same.
Yeah, you're gonna look at her as a runner.
so
But
what if
some
it's
women don't
a
have
super
that same
elite man
problem
comes and wipes her?
because you don't know. See, you know about Brittany Renner.
But
You
that's
didn't
moving the
know about
goalposts.
Melania Trump.
That's
But
moving the
because she
goalposts. That was never a
associated
part
her,
of the discussion. That was never a part of the discussion. You can't put something on me that I was never talking about. I was never talking about someone who was secret, and I was never
it
talking
wasn't a
about that.
secret. It's not a secret.
It's not a secret. He
It's
was
not a
criticized
secret.
about it.
You just don't know.
Okay, then fine. I don't know. That doesn't change.
It does.
She was.
It does. It literally does. That is the
How does that
whole
change?
point. That is the whole point of the conversation, is that it literally changes everything.
Wow. All right. I don't get it, man. I really don't.
What is
I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't know anything about that woman in particular. You could use 1,000 other women. You could have used any woman. I just didn't know about her. I don't give a fuck about her. Shit. I don't even care about the woman that I was just talking about. I'm just being honest. I don't really give a fuck about celebrities. None of that shit. I don't follow none of them. So I don't know things about certain people. I only know some of the shit certain things because we talk about it on here. I'm just not in the know about celebrities and shit like that sometimes. Sorry. That's why I said that's not a good example.
Y'all want some apples?
I gotta think of the name of them apples that I was using.
Well then,
I want to meet your mom so badly.
Who, mine?
Mm-hmm.
What is up with you and people's mama tonight?
Why you want to meet my mom?
I really appreciate her. I really appreciate her.
You call me slow Slimmy, I'm gonna time your bitch ass out. I'll tell you that.
Slimmy, don't lash out at the chat. Don't lash out at the chat, Slimmy. Don't lash out at the chat, Slimmy.
I'm just joking. I ain't gonna do that. Fuck you, Chris.
Carrie, why you want why? What is that gonna do? What does that mean?
Granny Smith, that's what they are.
Oh, you like the sour apples?
I was gonna say those are not sweet.
Wait, are they?
I can eat those with almond butter.
Carrie,
Damn, I
what does
can't
that
even.
mean?
They're good
What is
to
that?
cook.
What is that gonna do?
Fuck.
No, I just
My phone.
you know.
Oh, I can look on
I
you.
think I would appreciate meeting her. Asking her a couple of questions, you know.
See how she throwing shots on the low? It's okay.
I'm not throwing any shots. I really like your mom from what you presented to us about her and what she's presented on your lives. I just, you know.
That was a very random comment though.
Well, according to you, what did you say? What did you say about me earlier? I'm all over the place. What did you call me? What'd you say?
I don't know what I said.
Well, you said something about I'm all discombobulated or something. So sometimes.
Well, yeah, because
Ran-
we was asking you a question and you
No,
started
I'm
talking,
not taking
and then
offense.
you looked in the other way and you started doing some shit and saying some other shit off
So
of mute.
that's what I'm
And then you
saying. So
forgot
that's
what you were
why. That's
saying, and
why.
then you start doing it again, and then you forgot what you were saying.
That's
And then
why
sometimes you'll start coloring, and we don't know what the hell is going on.
I didn't
You
color
and Quentin
today,
got the
but
same disease.
What disease do I have?
Ah, it's
Look,
Pink Lady. It's Pink
both of
Lady
y'all,
apples.
look, y'all playing the same fucking game.
Almost
no,
slap.
I'm not.
You got the same disease, playing the same game.
Slimmy, I talked about pink ladies earlier.
You did?
Yes. Where
I
were
didn't
you
hear
at?
you. You know, I really don't be paying attention, Kim.
You know what? This is why I'm
This is the last shot at everybody tonight.
No, Postal Mogul. I ain't that dude from Goonies. I'll fuck you up.
I should have kicked you right in your shins when I saw you, but I was being nice.
You was nice, Kim. You was real nice.
I won't be next time.
I know. I know you want.
Let me. Do you
No,
like ice cream?
Absolutely not. I don't eat that shit. I don't like sweets, man. Fuck that. Cake, ice cream, keep that shit, man. That shit is sick. That
How
shit
you
too
don't like
fucking sweet.
sweets?
That shit
Oh,
is
you
too
mean
fucking.
like treats? But you eat candy,
Yeah.
Slimmy.
Yeah, that's candy.
No, but I no, Slimmy, I feel you.
No, cake and ice cream. Cake and ice cream. No, that's different. That is different.
I understand.
No.
Pies and cakes.
That shit.
Eat.
That shit different.
That makes sense.
No.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Ice cream is not candy. Ice cream is sweets. Yeah, it's sweets. That's just how I
You just
talk.
said you don't like sweets.
I don't like sweets. I like candy. Candy is not considered sweet.
He doesn't like sweet food.
Yeah. I don't like sweets.
Is candy not food?
Candy's not food. Candy is candy.
Candy for dinner.
Yeah, candy is candy. It's like snacks.
Is snacks not food?
You're not eating snacks for dinner.
What is dinner? What's the dinner?
Wait, why do y'all not know? Why do y'all not know the difference?
It's eggs food. You don't eat eggs for dinner, and it's food.
You can put eggs on a burger. You can put eggs on a burger. You can eat eggs at any time.
You can eat
Eggs
candy
are
at
food.
any time.
I understand. I'm right there.
Thank you, Kim. Gosh damn, man.
I don't eat pies and cobblers and all that kind of stuff, but I do eat candy.
I eat apple pie.
So Kim, would you say you don't eat sweets?
He just said he eats apple pie.
No, I want to know. I want to know if Kim would say she doesn't eat sweets.
I'm not gonna lie. I say that all the time. I don't eat sweets, but I do eat candy.
Oh Lord Jesus!
But people understand what I mean when I say it.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone who didn't understand that.
What are you saying? You just Slimmy. Are you listening to yourself, bro?
I've never heard anybody who didn't understand when I say, yeah, I like candy, but I don't eat sweets. Like desserts. It's just like saying I don't like desserts.
You said you eat apple pie.
I eat apple pie. Okay, so let me break this down for you. Let me break this down for you. Let me break it down for you so you can understand.
Apple pie.
Apple pie is like apple pie. That's like real food. If you really think about it, that's fruit.
Food is anything you can eat.
Cake is not like real food. Cake is something of its own. I don't know. They bake it a certain way.
It's
you
food,
mix that up with batter.
That's edible is food.
Are you gonna let me finish and listen for
I know what
understanding?
you're talking about, Slimmy.
It's not like it's not ice cream. That shit is not. That ain't it for me. It's not like food. It's not like real food.
Candy though.
Yeah, that's a vice. I never said it was a good thing. I never said it was a good thing. It's a vice.
Sweets. It's
Let it
sweet.
right earlier. I eat candy. I do not eat desserts.
Yeah, okay. So you want me to say desserts instead of sweets? Fine.
Because you eat apple pie. You only eat certain desserts.
I don't eat mostly no desserts. None.
I got it.
None.
Makes sense to me.
Does the
I eat
apple
apple
pie
pie,
have
I don't even eat
Is it
peach cobbler
unsweetened?
anymore. You say
Is
what?
it unsweetened? Is it unsweetened apple pie?
Anton,
Maybe
I hope you're
he
looking
likes
at the screen.
Granny Smith.
Please look at the screen.
Unsweet
Look at the
tea.
screen right now. What the fuck? I smoke weed,
Oh
but not
my
marijuana.
God.
Fuck you too.
That's good.
The fuck?
Pretty much it.
Matter of fact, man, who want to talk about right now? Say something crazy. Say something crazy.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
Yeah, that's my. I eat junk food. I don't eat sweets though. No. You use batter. You use batter. You use cake batter.
How do you think you make cake better?
No, that's if you don't make it from scratch.
You say what?
Candy is confectionery food.
No. I'm talking about the thing that was just on the screen. And he said, no, you use cake batter. It said cake is made with like eggs and whatever.
Flour, yeah. You use cake batter. Yeah, like I don't know what they talking about. It's that thick ass shit.
I mean, that's how you make cake batter.
Yeah, it's like very. It seems very processed.
Anton, put it back.
My grandma ain't never used no cake batter.
No?
Anton, please put it back on the screen.
No. Grandma Luby don't use batter. She make a cake from scratch, nigga. Eggs,
Grandma Luby? You talking about Grandma Luby?
Water.
Talking about Grandma Luby?
Nigga. Hell yeah, Grandma Luby, nigga.
Slimmy, you are the funniest person in the world, bro.
Unintentionally funny.
I don't know what I did. Apple pie is made with pizza crust. Okay, cool, nigga.
What? It is? What?
That nigga just talking shit. Hey, yeah, see, okay, CT. Okay, CT. Okay, CT. Bet.
Slimmy, you can't lash out at people now, man.
Nah, man, ain't gonna be talking about I'm a homo and I'm a fruitcake. Get out of here with that shit. Fuck you.
Slimmy, don't look at the chat, bro.
The thing is, you draw attention to these things that people wouldn't have ever seen in the first place.
That's cool. He gonna remember not to say that shit. He ain't gonna type that shit no more. At least when I see it.
People been saying stuff about me all night. I don't even be caring, bro. Not on after hours, I don't.
No, I only gave him a minute because I was fucking with him.
Oh, you talking about for real?
Yeah, he deserved it.
Part of me wants to go back to this cake batter thing, but part of me wants to leave it alone.
Oh my God. That is so funny. Well, I'll tell you what. Every single show is funny as hell. And we don't even know what's going to happen when we have these shows. Somehow, some way, it just goes the way it goes. It's just natural. So, any final thoughts before we wrap up and read the Super Jets?
I just want to say to Slimmy and to Quentin, when you put all the ingredients together to make the cake, that is the batter.
Why are you telling me? I know that.
Because you said your grandma Luby didn't use batter. She made it from scratch. When you take those things from scratch,
well, the batter comes in a box. That's what it's called. Like you either make it from the box or you make it from scratch. That's generally like what people say. I ultimately know it's batter.
Thank you.
Yeah, the same shit
in the box.
It's not the
Well,
same.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Cake
It
mix.
becomes batter once you mix it all together.
Yeah. That's what it is. Cake mix. Sorry.
Fuck
Jesus
y'all.
Christ. I don't bake. I don't like that shit. So I
dumb,
clearly don't
We're
fucking
so
know.
dumb.
It is cake mix, but whatever.
Yeah, clearly I don't know because I don't like it. I don't want it.
Semantics.
All right, bro. That's my final thought. Anybody else?
Cut her facts. Cut her facts from the stream immediately.
I
want that taken out. Strike it.
Well, I'm gonna be on I think I'm doing Jason Whitlock's show tomorrow.
Oh, for real? What time? Well, that ain't gonna matter. I'm gonna miss it. Shit.
It's gonna be at 10:30, and I'm gonna do an hour, and then I'm gonna switch over and jump on a Millionaire Morning Show right after that. So Millionaire Morning Show is gonna be at the normal time. I'm gonna be on Jason Whitlock's show hour before that, and then we gonna rock. We gonna rock.
Yeah, that shit gonna be dope, man. I love when you go over there.
Yeah, they about to You know what's so weird? Because he was telling me, I was talking to him today, and he was telling me that I guess they take a break in the summertime or something like that.
From
You know
doing
how
the
like
show?
most podcasts take a break, like I guess all of them do. Like, you know,
Shannon
certain,
Sharp do, and they have like fill-ins, but the fill-ins don't get the numbers that Shannon Sharp do.
DZ,
yeah, I guess
nobody
they
on the
take a
panel
break.
looks like Jason Whitlock. What are you talking about, dude?
They take a break. And he said they taking a break after a certain time up until whatever. I don't understand that. I've never taken a break from content. I've never taken a break from content. So
Maybe the studio getting
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like TV
a
shows.
different. Maybe it's a different use for the studio or something.
No, I
I
just think they
don't.
take a vacation. They just need to. They need to. It's a vacation. That's what Shannon Sharp and Ocho is doing, and they usually do like 17,000 live, and they're barely making 2,000 now with these fill-in people.
Oh, they be doing lives now?
They doing it like with some other like pro athletes.
No.
Nightcap?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, and I think I'm gonna go to the fight, the Terrence Crawford and Canelo fight in September,
Woo!
Vegas.
Oh my god,
So
man, that's gonna be war.
yeah.
But Canelo, he kind of he up there in age now, right?
I don't know
He a
how
little
old
bit.
Steve is,
He a little bit
but
older than Terrence Crawford, right?
Did you? I have a question. We didn't talk about this. Did you see where Trump called Candace Owens? Did you hear about that?
I was watching her show live when she was saying it.
That shit was hilarious.
She was talking about Macron's wife.
Had a dick.
Yeah, she be going off, bro. She be going in. So
And she don't give a fuck.
I watched it for like 20, 25 minutes, and she was just going in. And she was
Oh,
like,
Terrence Crawford is older than Canelo.
So,
oh
yeah,
shit.
man, I was there. So, but I'm planning on going to the fight in Vegas on September 13th. I think it's gonna be. So we're gonna figure that out.
Yeah,
and
Jay Smith. I just looked it up.
go from
Well, you
there.
might somebody have to meet up in Vegas if you're already gonna be there.
Yeah, I looked it up.
You don't want to do it that weekend. It's gonna be busy as hell that weekend. It's gonna be crazy.
Expensive as shit.
Yeah, I want to have it that weekend. I think they're gonna have it at Allegiant Stadium too, where the Raiders play. Yeah,
That stadium's super nice.
yeah.
I didn't know Bud was that old.
I just keep going by it all the time. I haven't seen it. I haven't actually been there though. That's what I was, Sonny. That's what I was gonna say, was that I was gonna do Jason Whitlock tomorrow. So that's what I was gonna say. That's all.
I haven't been to work. I haven't been to work since last Wednesday.
When you going back?
Maybe Thursday.
Anybody need to drop off? Y'all can drop off because I gotta read the super chats. So y'all don't have to stay for the super chats if y'all don't want to. That's up to y'all.
The new video game comes out on July the 7th, so I'm about to get really busy. Not doing.
You said what?
But playing. The new game drops on July the 7th.
Oh, okay.
About to be out of there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be late the next 2 Tuesdays because I don't get off until 10. For 2 weeks,
that's cool.
I got a weird ass schedule.
Do your thing. I understand that everybody got things that they got to take care of or whatever. I just appreciate y'all coming on, and y'all be giving it y'all all.
Especially Carrie, goddamn.
No, Carrie is Carrie. If Carrie keep going like this, she might get MVP of July. I mean, you know what? I think I'm about to start doing bonuses. That's what I'm about to start doing. I'm about to start letting the chat vote on who the MVP of every month, and then that'll be an additional bonus or something. Sound like something that could be fun.
I think I should get extra points for not getting sleep. As soon as I finish, I go straight back to work.
When do you sleep?
Like every third day.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
crazy.
Yeah.
Girl, all you do is walk around anyway.
But what happened if I get the MVP?
Then you ain't got to pay us.
I don't have to pay on nothing.
Then pay all of us what you would have paid yourself.
I don't have to split it.
No, pay all of us what you would have paid yourself each.
If I get the MVP, that's a bad deal.
It's a horrible deal.
What the fuck? That was wild.
That nigga went every month.
I wasn't expecting that.
Carrie's a finesser. Women are finessers. Fuck women. They're so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Bruno. Cue up that Bruno Mars.
Let me read the super chat.
I love that song. Yeah,
So good question, Archie Lucky. You created a dysfunctional panel.
Oh, that was him.
It was Archie Lucky's fault. Then we getting an Ultron Anton sighting tonight. Nelly was born in 1932, says Darian.
Oh, fuck. Come on, man.
MG says countless times, woken up to my son before his mom. I hear his cries through doors and walls before his mother. I believe it's because I've waited 40 years for this gift, so I want to know everything.
Woken's not a word.
But here's the thing about that, though. Even that, I think that our ears are tuned for different things. So, like, for example, if I hear something outside or I hear the door turn, I can hear, even if I'm taking a nap, I know who's coming in and out. I'm paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that shit. Now that instinctual shit. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Like for me, I'm aware of things that happen around the house, or you know what I'm saying. So certain things, or
In
if
terms
the floor
of hearing.
moves a certain way, I can tell who's walking in the house. You know what I'm saying? I could just hear certain things, whereas y'all may be more instinctually paying attention to who's, you know, like the baby or whatever. I am paying attention a lot of times, and my ears are trained for what happens outside, or I can hear a certain rumble when my daughter pulls up because I know the way that she drives and stuff like that. So I don't think that it's just singular.
750 horsepower pulling in the driveway.
I don't think it's singular to women only being tuned for the nurturing. I think that men are more protective and nurturing in their own way also. So I don't think it's just one way. Zero Fallout says these modern women want men to do their jobs, even when the man is the breadwinner. The more easy we made their life, the more lazy they get. These women's cushy jobs, cushy office jobs, is not that tiring. Yashua says, y'all say y'all want men like y'all grandfathers, right? Striking Rich says, King Dick ate the great. LOL. Damn, Anton, we trying to stay on Fox and get more segments. You gonna mess up the bag. Well, it don't matter. I'm already got motion now.
That's what you were talking about. I should have known.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. They said they made their own thing. So y'all still trying to get me in trouble, Slimmy and Kerry. That's why Slimmy got the Kerry goggles on. He know what he be doing. He just partial to Kerry.
Man, I did not know nothing. I didn't realize Kerry wasn't up here.
He is partial to Kerry. And that's what it is.
I'm not partial to anyone. Y'all was just saying I was partial to Mika. I was making up stuff.
I've been paying attention for the last 4 weeks, and I've been noticing a pattern, but it's okay.
I'm not partial to anyone, man.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
So wrong. And you just saying this because you got the Molly goggles. You
no, it's not true.
That. Where's she at?
Not true. It's not true. Molly makes a lot of sense. Y'all just don't want to give her credit for it because y'all be upset at what she be saying. She be right a lot of times, and y'all don't want to listen to her. Whey Protein.
No problem with.
Whey Protein Savage says, "Blessed night and great show tonight." Shout out to Whey Protein Savage. Joshua says he's still getting millions for hot in here. Shut up.
Wow.
Heim says Switzerland, we have 2 weeks paternity leave for men. The manager. Shout out to the manager.
Hey, what up, homie?
The manager says this is a normal conversation, protocol being had out loud in front of a camera. Mom has a chemical connection to the baby, especially while nursing. Okay. Nelly says you can't decide to have kids and complain about the responsibility. Young Gladiator says traditionally the mother's mom helped with the child, but they can't because they're too busy in the club chasing YNs. Sterling says how women nurture babies is magical. I support my wife with whatever I can do, but the way our baby gravitates towards her is a phenomenal experience. Word Custom says, how Breezy got 3 baby mamas and not even 4 for the headaches of these other dudes is crazy work. Zero Fallout says CNN did a poll where they found out men are doing more in relationships. It's the biggest feminist con job going on. They love weaseling out of responsibilities. Peter Parker. Thank you, Peter Parker. You just dropped a 100 ball and you ain't even say nothing.
Woo! All right, big time.
No, he treating us like a bad bitch. We don't like that shit. Don't be treating us like no bad bitches. We don't like that shit. No, I do like it. Keep on doing what you're doing, Peter Parker. Thank you. AD got Molly shades on, says Rage King Leo. She is not yours, it's just your turn, says Nelly. Drink with Keem says package deal versus a few days out of the month. We appreciate you. Nelly says she was not known as a winner or a loser before Trump, but now she is a winner, and that is the point. King Tony says Anton is absolutely correct. As women that put themselves in better situations from where they are, really but to the naked eye, you wouldn't know unless you actually grew up with them.
That's a long ass run-on sentence.
Shirley says only women can call other women losers. Interesting. Life of Tariq says Slimmy basically saying if you can see it in real time and she got saved, they are still a loser. Darian Murphy says Melania is from Europe and nude modeling is not degenerate behavior. Is Europe. They consider the human body to be art. For she has not been saved. I have no idea what those last sentences were, but I get what you're trying to say. I understand what he's saying, but I didn't know what the last sentences were.
Yeah, that last part was crazy.
Exactly how it was written. Is a dude a loser if he does corn? Think about it. I know what you said. Is a dude a loser if he does porn? I don't know. Yes, I think it is a loser if he does porn. Killer Bang says Slimmy search her name and add news to see if you see more about her past.
You gotta type better, dog.
MP says Melania was a model that speaks 6 languages. She was paid to shoot nude and landed a billionaire. That's not a loser. See the standards for what it is that you have to do in order to get a man to land a billionaire makes her not a loser. DJ Vapor says Slimmy has jet lag. So Carrie, what's your excuse? Great show as always. Slimmy,
I got jet lag.
Why y'all say jet lag?
Because he went from DC to Cleveland, is what he's saying.
I drove.
That's what I just said.
I ain't no motherfucking jet lag. Fuck you. You got jet lag, nigga.
And that's why I sent the super chat.
Slim says Slimmy drove Slimmy, you gotta read it. Come on, Slimmy, bro. Right after that was Quinn, bro. Tony Adams says Carrie.
I didn't even get to play the clip. Rewind it.
This rewind button is great. You are losing. Just Christian says y'all all missing Anton's point and got him up here sounding like the black George Costanza.
George Costanza. George Costanza from that's Seinfeld, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was talking in third person.
Aladi says Melania was an industry pass around and known cokehead back in the 90s. Y'all not knowing this proves Anton's point. She rents herself. Tony Adams. I ain't gonna say nothing. Tony Adams says the meltdown by Carrie is because somebody think that she was a European model. The meltdown by Carrie is proving she is losing intelligence over emotions. Please, John McCullough
We
says
just won $10 from it. So who's losing here?
John McCullough says Anton definitely gonna be in the HR office after the show. Ando says, trigger Carrie going crazy. Let's pull the Bible out and reset. MP says, that edible hitting my dog Carrie hard. King Tony says, if a man saves a woman and elevates her, I'll say she used to be a loser because at the end of the day, a win is a win. Whey Protein says, say a prayer. Tony Adams says Melania Trump had a bill passed to protect her old nude model photos online. Google it. Carrie contradicted herself and is now deflecting.
For
Nelly
the record,
says,
I don't even understand the whole Melania topic. I was not commenting on that at all. I already told you I was lost with that.
Carrie, what happened to finishing the list, says Nelly. Drew B says, Carrie, make me want to get a passport. Tell G says, Carrie and Anton's conversation sounds like a brother and sister arguing over who owns that $20 bill they found in the laundry. Joshua says, Carrie reading off the list of errands she ran. This is so dumb. Gary Poppins 2 versus Anton 0, says DJ Vapor. Shout out to Nelly. Nelly has been dropping bags all night, says if Carrie wants to rumble, let's rumble. Equality and all of that. And then he threw the laughing emojis. Thank you. I appreciate you. Roy Rainbow, Melania, and Ashanti are the same. Rest in peace, Irv Gotti. Tony Adams says, Kim, is OF considered a work of art?
OnlyFans didn't start with naked people doing porn. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, it's regular shit.
Life of Tariq says women can be a loser without knowing her by her appearance. So Slimmy is right. Nelly says, if you saw your daughter snatch online, would you be proud about it? Rage King Leo says false. Molly, I know my grandmother was a 304. Tell G says everyone on the panel needs to live in the same house for a month and record every second of it. No, I'm a yelling at that shit. Your mama Ninja. I don't even know what that means.
It means nigga.
King Tony says, I'm feeling like Anton at this point that Slimmy doesn't get what he's saying. JY says Carrie will remember an argument from 10 years ago.
Facts.
Nelly says go to bed. Zoe, what up, Zoe? Zoe with the big dog says pastries. Sounds like Slimmy doesn't like pastries.
What?
I don't like ice cream either. That's a dessert. This is sweet.
I feel like for $99, I should probably get it, but I'm confused.
No,
well, she's trying to. She was, because she probably didn't hear the ice cream part, so she was just designating it to pastries, I guess.
Logan says from Canada, in the end, that was a fireless Carrie, definitely loser traits. Nelly says, but officer, I smoke weed, not marijuana. That can't be mine. Chef G Rap says Slimmy food pyramid starts with high fructose juice from concentrate and candy, but no sweets.
My dog, but fuck you.
DJ Vapor says Slimmy is, I can't believe it's not butter. You on one tonight, my guy. Joshua says I don't do drugs. I do coke. Coke is not a drug. Cake batter is made with flour, Slimmy. Oh my God. Fahim Jackson says my Slimmy voice. I'm a graphics and fitted cap guy. I don't like wearing hats and t-shirts. Jay Mill says, Anton, I don't pay attention to the super chat. Also, Anton, this ninja Anton is oblivious. I'm a winner, you're a loser, etc. You the man, AD. Rage King Leo says Molly be dead wrong. AD got Molly shades on. This nigga is Molly's biggest fan on the low. We ain't gonna trip because he sent a lot of super chats. We need to stop being lazy, says Rage King Leo. 1 Timothy 2:15. Read that. All right. Thank y'all for everybody looking out for us tonight. Any final thoughts before we wrap up?
I like Dr. Pepper. I don't like soda.
Jesus, Lord have mercy.
Dr. Pepper Blackberry is pretty good though.
What?
Yeah, it's a blackberry Dr. Pepper.
Have a good night.
So good.
Tell me about to invent Skittles Zero.
You've been doing good, Slimmy.
I'm about to start
Sugar.
talking. I'm about to start talking about it to him. I'm about to start talking about it to him, man.
Skittles 0. That's clever. Skittles with no
All right,
sugar.
y'all. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We out. Peace.